John Fine production on Family Radio 91.9 FM, Baton Rouge. On the net at johnfineproductions.com. And on YouTube, please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. With Yellow Jackets color commentator Mitch Covington and producer John Fine. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening, and here we are back at it again from the Jacket Gym for the regular season finale for the boys' side of the hoops here for the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, as it will be the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets and the Santa Maria Gators. I'm Josh Ward. Great to have you along with us for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center. Proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977 at Sporting Center. They have everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. So go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff. You know where they are, 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. All right, last night in this very spot, we saw the Denham Springs Lady Jackets defeat Prairieville in the opening round of the 2025 Division I non-select playoffs over Prairieville. That was a 71-39 final in that one. We now know the Lady Jackets will move on to play Monday night against the Slidell Lady Tigers. That'll be right here from the Jacket Gym. That'll be a 6 o'clock tip-off, and that will be starting us at 5:15 for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Again, that is Monday. Lady Jackets, Lady Tigers, second round action of the playoffs. All right, coming up before we get to tip-off here, we will have John Fine with Denham Springs Hall of Famer and school board member Mr. Cecil Harris. Always good to catch up with him. Always a wealth of information of what's going on around the school community. So be looking forward to that. Of course, we will get you ready for tip-off here. I will be with assistant coach Tony Sterling. Talk about Tuesday's game with Walker, and then as we look to this one against Santa Maria here tonight. And then, of course, we will get you ready for tip-off with power ratings, district standings, and all that good stuff. But we will take our first time out when I return. It'll be Mitch Covington. Join me right here. Stay with us. We are back after this. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Santa Maria Gators here. A regular season finale from the Jacket Gym, District 5-5A contest on this Friday night. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Mitch, I feel like I just saw you. Oh, wait. It was less than 24 hours we were sitting in this exact spot tipping off for the Lady Jackets.
Exactly. Less than 24 hours ago. Left in a good mood, though. So got a good night's sleep. The girls won. Feeling good about that. Moving on to the second round. And so ready to see the boys finish the regular season tonight. And hopefully we finish it out in style.
You know, as we kind of looked at it, or I went and looked at some of the girls' game last night, kind of looking at some of the film to see, you know, some of the thoughts. And it happened so quick when we're up here. I kind of like to go back and see some of it. And, you know, in the heat of the moment, you didn't realize how quick we jumped out to that 11-point lead, 11-0 right out the gate. And from that point on, Lady Jackets didn't look back at all. I mean, it was just they were in complete control from that moment forward. You talk about the freshman Zariah Samir. I think she had 9 of those 11 points to start off the game. So a really good start right there by the Lady Jackets. They never looked back. And after you got a chance to kind of look back at it and think back on it a little bit more, what was some of your takeaways, kind of like in depth, that we didn't maybe hit on last night?
Well, like you said, we jumped out to a double-digit lead very early and never surrendered that double-digit lead. We had a comfortable, really between 14 to 20 points most of the game. That's kind of where it sat. And then by the fourth quarter, we extended it from 20 points up to 30 points. But the girls, they just did a great job of, getting down low, our bigger girls. You mentioned Zariah Samir. She scored a lot early in the first quarter. Pratt Nelson, she was the other one that was down low, scoring a lot of points on the inside. Well, the second quarter, they switched up. Prairieville switched up to his own defense, kept us out from inside the lane right under the goal. Well, we hit a few three-pointers then. They started spreading that around. Taylor Smith knocked some down. Some of the freshmen came in, knocked some down. Marley Johnson, a sophomore, hit a three-pointer. So we kind of, once they packed it in tight, then we showed we had the ability to shoot from the outside as well. So just all-around good balanced performance by the ladies. Did a great job on defense. Did an excellent job of trying to contain, I'm drawing a blank on the girl's name right now, but the girl from Prairieville that was so good driving addition. Gatlin. Exactly.
Gatlin to Sheets.
She could beat one person one-on-one, but we weren't playing her one-on-one. We were playing her about 2, sometimes 3-on-1, trying to keep her out of the lane. She was great, very fast, getting to the goal, and we would trap her once she tried to get inside the lane, make her dish it out to some of the other players and force them to try and knock down some shots. So really good effort by the ladies last night. Like I said, a lot of people we mentioned last night, a lot of girls scored, a lot of girls with 6, 8, 10 points, 4 girls in double digits. So as we move into the second round, a lot of girls should be feeling good about themselves and confident as we go forward.
Well, it's so great how many people they do get involved with it. But the thing that I've started to take away and reading the paper this morning, the 2 pictures they had from the game was Gatlin being double teamed by us, and then the other one was Sheets being, with a hand in her face as she was trying to shoot. So what they do put a lot of emphasis on is how they play defense. They are relentless on it. And we see this with the boys and girls programs here, but you can tell with those girls, their traps that they have, their timing of the traps, when they get them in those corners, they really attack that. And it does cost them turnovers, and then they get those points off of those turnovers.
Fast break points off of it. And that's going to be important next week.
Sure.
Just when I looked at the game, we did beat Slidell earlier this year, but it was a low-scoring game, so I wouldn't expect we're going to come out and put up another 70 points like we did last night. But 60, 70 points, that's probably asking for too much. So we're going to have to play some defense and make sure we limit what Slidell can do, because they're going to be good on their defensive end. They're not going to give us as many free looks as we got last night. So the defensive side of the ball for us is going to be key that help keep us in the ball game.
We do know that next up it is that Monday night matchup here at the Jacket Gym. Slidell coming to town. As you mentioned, it was a close game when they played them earlier in the season. That was 2 months ago, December 20th. Almost 2 months exactly they played this. How much of a challenge is it as a coach to tell your team, you can't remember that game, you can't remember that score, because that was 2 months ago? There's 2 very different teams that are going to play Monday night here at the Jacket Gym.
It's a lot easier than last night when we played, because we played Prairieville 5 days prior. The teams weren't going to change much between the last game of the regular season and the first in the playoff. However, playing Slidell, as you mentioned, in December, and so we've changed a lot. They've changed a lot. We had a lot of freshman girls that are getting more experience, sophomores that are getting more experience, and so we're a different team now than we were then. They're probably a little bit different too, and over the course of the last month and a half, each coach has adjusted to what their team has. They've made little adjustments with their team, new looks, maybe some new inbounds plays, maybe even changing defenses up a little bit. You can do that over a month and a half. You're not going to do it over 4 or 5 days. So it will be different than last night when we played Prairieville. Pretty much just like you saw them a couple days prior. This has been so far in the past that we did play Slidell. You can't just say, well, this worked in that time, so that's how it's going to work this time. It's not necessarily the case.
All right, as we take a quick look at the bracket and how it's going to match up, we do know know that the Slidell and Yellow Jackets, that's an 8-9 matchup right there. If you're watching on DS Jacket Vision on YouTube, first off, hit the subscribe button for us. But if you're sitting there looking at it on your screen, you know, Denham Springs and Slidell, that 8-9 matchup. On top of that, you have 17-seeded Thibodaux going against Parkway, and with a win Monday night against Slidell, and assuming that nothing else were to happen on the other side, meaning Parkway doesn't get upset, you've got to make that trip to Shreveport, and that's a long trip to make on a very quick turnaround where you play Monday night and then you'd be playing in Shreveport on Thursday.
It would be another familiar face. So just as we've seen Slidell, this is the third year in a row we're seeing Slidell in the playoffs. Third year in a row they're coming to us. Well, we finished last season in Hammond at Southeastern playing Parkway for the state championship. They won that game. Of course, this is a new year, so it's not exactly the same players for them, not exactly the same for us, but that would be another familiar face, a team that we saw in last year's playoff run, a team that we did play earlier this year. Now, when we played them, we had a couple of starters that were out, so we were a little bit shorthanded when we played them, and the score won't look quite like I would expect it to be if we match up with them later on. But so Parkway did get the better of us that game, but that's another team that we would have seen last year, another chance to see them this year. After a little bit of a ride, though.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And you talk about Parkway, and I mean, they're back-to-back defending champs. They're going for a three-peat this year. So tremendous what they're doing there, and the miraculous shot that they had in Hammond last year, where they knocked off the number one and undefeated Walker in Hammond on a half-court buzzer beater that made ESPN national news for it. I mean, it was being talked about all over the state, and again, making it to ESPN. So Parkway, if you get to that point, you know that you're going to be going one on the road. Coach Rudy Smith kind of shared some of their travel plans. Maybe he's like, none of that's finalized, so I won't share that yet. I'll let him finalize that for sure. I know if I asked him that right now, he would say, let me get through Monday first.
Exactly.
Anyway. So he's trying to stay focused the same way he's trying to keep his team focused on the task at hand, which is Slidell coming here Monday night. So,
and that's, as a head coach, he does have to make plans if you do have to make that trip to Shreveport next week. However, he's going to spend 90% of his time looking at trying to get by Slidell. Slidell beat us 2 years ago. We beat them last year.
Yeah, so
we played a competitive game with them earlier this year in the regular season, so he knows that's where his focus for game planning is going to be. The only thing about Parkway, he's thinking about is if we have to make travel plans, I want to make sure we have all that set up, ready to go if needed.
Yeah, absolutely, because, I remember I guess, was it last year or 2 years ago when buses were in short supply, so having to get that stuff. I think I was talking to Coach Beard, having to go to West Washita even. He's like, getting buses and all that. That's something that you have to. I think one year we had to get buses from Arkansas that had to come down here.
Football coaches that about week 5 or 6 had kind of realized, we're not guaranteed to host a home game right now, so they go ahead and reserve a bus for that first round of the playoffs, and then hopefully they get to where they host a home game and say, well, we're going to cancel that. And maybe one pops open, but you think about that long ahead of time, because when you're making travel plans like that, going a 4-hour trip up to Shreveport, you want to make sure that everything's as smooth as possible.
Absolutely. All right. So again, Monday night, Lady Tigers of Slidell, right here from the Jacket Gym. It will be a 5:15 start for us for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets pregame, and then it will be a 6 o'clock tip for that one here from the Jacket Gym. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, John Fine will be joined by Denham Springs Hall of Famer and school board member Mr. Cecil Harris to catch us up to date on all the things happening around Denham Springs. So stay with us. We are back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5-Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amant River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Into the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, Denham Springs and Santa Mont regular season finale for the boys coming your way at or about 7 o'clock. My name is John Fine, producer of the Denham Springs basketball broadcast, and with us right now, a good friend of our broadcast. He is a Denham Springs High School Athletic Hall of Famer, a member of the school board who was vitally important in upgrading the facilities at Denham Springs High School Athletics. He is Cecil Harris. Cecil, thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me.
I know coming in here, you have some great memories. When you were playing basketball for the Yellow Jackets, this was your gymnasium.
It sure was. Yeah, brings back some fond memories. It's been here a long time, and I mentioned to you earlier, back in the day, this was one of the best places you could play. A lot of people like to come play here. It was
one of the better facilities.
It was, and it would hold a few more people. You know, since they've remodeled it, they've cut back on a number of bleachers in here. But it was it would hold a few more people.
Okay, where were the bleachers previously?
They're in the same space, but they just went up a little higher.
I see. And you were telling me that the crowds were so great that there would be people outside that would be looking into the windows just to see the games?
Sure did. And there was no room on the sides and on the end for people sitting on the floor. And I had people sitting on the stage. They would have bleachers on the stage. And I think back then it probably held about 1,200 people, and we would fill it up.
Okay. Now, Alton Leggett, talk about the legendary, the late, great Denham Springs Hall of Famer, Coach Alton Leggett.
Great coach, great man, great individual. He respected. Everyone respected him. He was tough on you, but it's like he always said. He always told us, he said, you don't get upset that I get on you. He said, when I quit getting on you, that's when you need to get upset, because that's when I've given up on you.
Now, you were the best player on the team, an all-state performer. Talk about how Alton Leggett dealt with you personally, individually.
I don't really remember Coach getting on to me too much.
Okay.
Either I didn't pay any attention to him or wanted to. I don't remember. But, everybody respected what he said, everybody listening to him. And, it helped me in college because, he taught us how to play defense. And that helped me to play as a freshman when I was in college.
At Southeastern Louisiana?
Yep.
And who were some of your teammates back in the day?
Well, my junior year, Mike Harris, he was a senior. Lloyd Wax was a senior. A guy by the name of Hugh Hayes was a senior. We had a guy move in, David Oatley, Malvin Underwood. That was the main players that played a lot. Sammy Davis, he's deceased. A lot of guys, Weldon Dodds, a lot of them don't live around here anymore. They've kind of moved off. But my junior year was a really big year for us. We were probably one of the best teams in the state that year, and we got beat in the semifinals.
By who?
Caldwell Parish. They were, that was their first year to even have a team. They had a guy like Danny Hodges. It was about 6'6", pretty good player. In fact, they went on and won the state championship. They beat Natchitoches the next night, but we were ahead with like 3 minutes left to go in the game. We were ahead like 7 points, and they started pressing us. Mike had fouled out, and we had a hard time with the press, and they came back and beat us. But
was that game here?
No, it was up in Rapides Parish Coliseum.
Okay.
It was a semifinal game, and that year Baton Rouge High was the elite team. I don't know if you remember a guy by the name of Apple Sanders.
Ended up playing at LSU.
Played at LSU. Well, he was on that team, and we were probably the 1-2 teams in the state. We had scrimmaged them early in the year, and we beat them. So, we were, like I said, we were one of the top teams in the state. And it just, you got to have a little luck to win a state championship. But we had a really good team that year, and we played a lot like these guys play. We ran the ball a lot. And one thing about Coach Leggett, we ran it, but whenever you got on the half court, then you set up your offense and you ran your offense. But we were pretty aggressive, pretty good.
All right. What were the other two sports in which you were all-state?
I played baseball. I was all-state in baseball.
Right.
And ran track. Won a state championship in a triple jump. And played football my senior year, but all I did was punt. I didn't play. I just punted.
And what's the story behind that?
Well, Mike Harris and I always had a picture day on Sunday, right before the season started. And Mike Harris and I was out goofing off, punting the ball to each other while they were taking pictures. Some of my friends was taking pictures. And Coach Carlisle had seen us punting, and the next week at school, he came up to me and asked me, he said, "Do you want to come out and punt?" And I said, "Not really. I'm playing basketball." And he said, "Well, if I can get Coach Leggett to agree to let you come out, would you come?" I said, "Well, yeah, I guess so." And so the next week, he came up to me and said, "Look, I talked to Coach Leggett, and he said you could come out and punt, but you just 6 hour is when we started football practice. We all had PE class. And I'd go out and I'd practice punting 6 hour, and then after school I'd come up here and practice basketball."
So kind of ironic that two of the all-time great athletes in Denham Springs history, maybe the two best, you and Ben McDonald, both were punters on the football team.
That's true.
Isn't that something?
That's true. That's true. And it's kind of funny because I didn't have any pads on. I had shoulder pads, and that was about it.
Okay.
And Coach Leggett was about to have a heart attack because I faked a couple of them and ran it. And Coach Carlisle hollered at me, "Don't do that no more."
Did you ever do that in a game?
Yeah.
Really?
Sure
Okay.
did. In fact, because I did run on the relay teams and track, and I had a little speed, and so they got to where they would even put me on split in and decoy. I mean, sometimes they'd throw it to me, but most of the time it was just a decoy.
Okay. Now, getting back to hoops and this court, as much as we enjoy reminiscing about it, I know that Jacket fans are hoping to get back to Grady Hornsby Gymnasium sometime this year, possibly, and talk about what happened there and its present status, Cecil.
Well, back during the snow freeze we had a few weeks ago, we had a pipe that burst in one of the storage rooms, and it leaked for 2 days. And so water got up on the court, and it started buckling. And so we're having to replace the whole court. They finished mitigating it and cleaning it out and drying it out, and they ordered equipment, the floor today. Just depends on how quick they can get the floor in, materials in, and get started. It takes about 5 days to actually get the court down, and then probably 2 or 3 days to finish it and paint it, and then a couple of days to dry. So, if we already had the material here, we could have gotten started next week. We're putting it in, and then, like I said, 2 weeks, we could have had a game or two. But I'm not sure if we're going to get to play this year and there or not, just because of the timing of getting the material in and getting it finished.
Okay, so it sounds as if the odds are that the Jackets and the Lady Jackets will play out the home string on this court at Jacket Gym.
Probably so.
But there's a nice atmosphere in here, too.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I talked to some of the kids that played on the varsity, the guys, and they said they've enjoyed playing in here. It's just a different atmosphere. It's closer, it's tighter, and, the crowd can get into it more. I mean, it's just a little different.
Okay. Now, you're responsible for Denham Springs Yellow Jackets football stadium being renovated, a new baseball field, a new softball field, a first ever track, but a lot of work remains to be done. And right now your project would be the field house, Cecil?
And we've started on that. They're working on the foundation right now. And I guess they'll start going up with it after, I don't know, probably another week, maybe, to get the foundation formed up so they can start pouring the concrete.
Okay.
We're looking at probably a year, and we're probably a month and a half, 2 months behind because of weather and because of permits from the city and one thing and another. So, and then we're also going to remodel the existing dressing room, weight room now the Bushwhack Field House. We're going to convert that to a boys and girls track and soccer dressing room, and then we'll have the freshman football will be in there, and then a visitor dressing room like for halftime where they'll have a place to go. And that way, every athlete will have a dressing room and a facility for boys and girls.
Okay, well, terrific. Cecil, you couldn't do everything you do without Principal Wes Howard and Athletic Director, Head Football Coach Brett Beard. Talk about how they've contributed to all this.
Oh, they've been great to work with. Coach Beard he's kind of not the brains behind the wheel, but he keeps everything involved, keeps everybody involved, and keeps Wes is kind of he has to approve everything, but anyway, he's kind of easy to work with. Pretty much goes along with what we recommend. So everybody kind of work together as a team.
Well, and congratulations. Guess what? If you want to resurrect your baseball career, you could play with the New York Yankees. You know why?
Why's that?
They made the decision today for the first time in a long time. The Yankees have said you can have facial hair and play, so your mustache would pass muster with the Bronx Bombers. Well, if you should perhaps be considering of making a comeback.
Well, I wonder what Coach Cabin was down there talking about. He and Kenny Amant, they were talking about that earlier, and I didn't know what they were talking about, but now I know what you're saying.
Okay, there you go. Cecil, thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the help you provide Denham Springs High School. Very much appreciate you.
Well,
Keep
John,
up the great work.
We thank you for, supporting Denham Springs athletics and, what you're doing for, promoting the games for us and giving us the TV and the radio stations. And, a lot of times people can't go to the games, but they can listen to it on radio and now be able to watch it. So we appreciate you guys.
Cecil Harris, I'm John Fine. It is Denham Springs and Santa Monica tip-off boys basketball regular season finale coming your way at or about 7 o'clock. Up next, it will be actually Josh Ward speaking with Jackets assistant coach Tony Sterling when Sporting Center Yellow Jackets pregame show continues after this pause on Denham Springs basketball.
Service and surprisingly great insurance rates at State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual dealings will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Arishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Michon and Associates, General Contractors, and Creighton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
We get back into the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. The Yellow Jackets and the Gators of Santa Maria here from the Jacket Gym. Friday night District 5 5A contest as the regular season will wrap up here tonight for the Yellow Jackets, but a lot more basketball to play, we hope, for Denham Springs. Josh Ward alongside assistant coach Tony Sterling. Coach, always a pleasure to have you here. I want to start off with talking about the nice wins that y'all had over Walker on Tuesday. 82-67 was the final in that one. So kind of tell us how that one played out. It's always good to go beat the parish rival Walker Wildcats.
Yeah, you always got to stay on them off the court wise because, you know, most of those kids know each other. They play some, you know, like a travel ball with each other and stuff. So it's always like a friendly rivalry for them. Like back in the day, you know, it wasn't friendly, but like those guys, you know, yeah, you got to get them up or whatever. Like each day, not before the game, not during the game. You got to tell them about it like a couple of days before.
How was the atmosphere over there? I know Walker not quite having the season they're used to having, or the success that they're used to having. They're actually below the cut line for the playoffs this year, which is unusual for them in the last few years. So what was the atmosphere like? Did they still pack it in, obviously being the gym that it was? Being the game that it was. And how did, you know, obviously y'all played well to come out with that win.
It hasn't been like it, you know, it wasn't as intimidating as it was, you know, the last couple of years. But, you know, you can kind of feel with our players and they players, like they ready to beat up on each other and stuff like that. So it's always an intense game or whatever, especially for us, regardless of their record or whatever. They, you know, they want to win. Like,
always,
you know,
like, yeah, you know,
like if they, you know, like people, you know, I'm from Shreveport, so like people around here or whatever, it's like, we can go 0-30, but like we want to win that one game against, you know, against a Walker or a Live Oak, you know, a Denham Springs. So it's that rivalry is always there. But the kids are friendly with one another and stuff like that. So you always got to, you know, be on them.
Well, speaking of Walker, as we are wrapping up the regular season here and the last district games are being played tonight, is there any chance Walker can do us a favor and beat East Ascension tonight and give us a shot at a co-district championship?
Anything can happen.
But is it likely or probable?
That's a strong, you know,
strong ass.
Yeah, that's a strong ass. But that'll be lovely if it was. But
that would be awesome if they could do it.
Yeah, but you know, end of the day, the ultimate goal is to, you know, get to Lake Charles.
Absolutely.
and do what we need to do, which you know, a lot of people done seen us or whatever. I got friends, you know, all over the country that watch us play, and they, you know, we have a chance. We just got to keep them, you know,
keep them focused
together off the court.
Well, speaking of Walker and EA and our opponent here tonight, Santa Maria, you know, I was watching about a week and a half ago, Santa Maria and East Ascension played each other at Santa Maria, and it came down to a last-second shot. EA is able to pull it out right at the buzzer almost. I think Santa Maria had a last-second shot with 2 seconds left that they weren't able to convert, so they ended up losing that one in a close one. So, you know that Santa Maria is not going to be intimidated coming in here. You know they're not going to care about the records and all that. They're going to come in here. You know they're going to be well coached. So how do you see this one playing out?
One thing, you know, I give ultimate respect to Travis Uzi. Like, when it comes to scouting, you know, his opponent, he's very thorough, detailed. He know what you're doing, or whatever, just from playing him through the years and stuff. Then also, you know, Bart, you know, like we actually, you know, like good friends with him, so we kind of pick his brain on a couple things, what he do scout-wise. But I know he gonna have his players ready to win, but also he gonna have them mentally ready as far as like what they need to do to win, and they pretty disciplined in that. I mean, kudos to Coach Uzi. Like he does a great job scouting, but that wasn't a surprise when they played EA, because of the preparation that he does with getting his guys ready to win.
I'll tell you what, he also plays his cards close to the vest. I still haven't got a starting lineup from him yet. I'm still waiting on that. I kind of pulled who he started with EA and see if he changes it up any. If I'm him, I'm thinking that's what he would probably go with, because they played really well against EA. But he doesn't show his cards a lot. He'd be a heck of a poker player.
Like, just from playing him through the years, like, hey, we run out of bounds play.
He knows
it's crazy. You look down there and like, man, this dude.
Well, he's been there 12 years, and for any coach, Coach Cab entering his 10th year here, for some of these coaches to stick around that long, it speaks to you do have to do it right in order to stay at a place that long.
Just come down to the passion and love you have for the game.
All right, if you look at Denham Springs, it's the first game in a few games that you're going to have your regular starting 5 back. So is that going to help in building some momentum as you try to head towards the playoffs? I know for the last few weeks, the lineup has been changed up a little bit. One player out here or there, or illness, whatever it may be. So you're going with your regular starting 5 here tonight. Is that going to help and trying to get that chemistry back together as you get ready for the playoffs coming up?
I think so. As far as like if you're a runner or whatever, like you're tired in the middle, but all of a sudden you find that second win or whatever. But like with these guys, I feel like we don't find our second win mentally, to knowing what we have to do, especially to win, because this the last game. But going in the playoffs, you gotta find other ways to win. And I'm a sole believer in, if you can win and be prepared mentally when you play, and staying together and everybody on the same page, everything's gonna be fine.
Looking at go ahead.
I said you take care of the what you can control, stuff like that. But I believe our guys done found their second win, and mentally they want to. I don't think there's no pressure on them to get where they want to, where they want to go. They starting to have a little fun, a little more energy and stuff like that, or whatever. So.
As we do look at Santa Ma, do you anticipate that they want to slow this down a little bit? Do they want to get in a running match with you? You play so quick and fast with the 5 guards, so they want to try to slow that down. I know that their bench may be a little deeper. He may go into, or maybe not so much deeper, but he may rotate more players in than you necessarily do.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he'll play a little zone against us or whatever. But he gonna stick to what he does best offensively.
All right, and as we look at this matchup as well, where do you see that Denham Springs has an advantage over the Gators in this one?
Us being deep. I feel like far as like scoring or whatever, we got multiple guys that can score. As long as we pass the ball, have that chemistry, everybody on the same page, we'll be fine. But it's going to be a tough game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to come in well, Coach, as you said, disciplined. They're going to be Coach Travis Uzi is going to have scouted well, as you said, like all those intangibles that go into playing a tough game like this. You're going to see it here tonight, so no doubt about that.
No doubt. It's going to be a good game.
It is. And what a way to end the regular season here. You're at home against Santa Ma, against a team that's going to give you a good fight, and that's good as you get ready to go into the playoffs.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Looking for that top 4 seed as well.
Yes, sir. Yes. Or higher. So,
all right. We'll take higher. We'll just stay in that top 4.
Yeah.
All right. That's Assistant Coach Tony Sterling. Appreciate the time as always, and we will wait and see where we fall in the playoffs, and then get ready to go next Friday, hopefully.
All right.
That was Coach Tony Sterling. Appreciate that.
All right.
All right. We will be back after this timeout. It is Santa Ma Gators and the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets from the Jacket Gym here on this Friday night district contest. Stay with us. We're coming back with more on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents.
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenck, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy located in Denham Springs at 145 Aston Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back in. It is the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Santa Maria Gators Friday night District 5-5A contest to wrap up the regular season here. Josh Ward now joined again by my good buddy Mitch Covington. Remember, we come to you live on Pregame Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. That is at DS Jacket Vision, all one word. We ask that you please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you feel the need as well. But please hit that subscribe button for us. Keeps you up to date with all the things we are doing here at DS Jacket Vision, as we have now expanded from football into Lady Jackets basketball, men's basketball here at Denham Springs, and looking to bring you some diamonds later on in the year, possibly with some baseball and softball as well. So we're going to keep you up to date with all that, but great to have you along here with us for this one. Again, Mitch, regular season finale here, as it is a district contest. Need a little help to get a piece of that district championship, so tonight we're going to be Walker fans as they play
pulling
Easton
for the
Central.
Wildcats.
We're pulling for the Wildcats tonight.
Just wear some gold tonight, so gold for the Denham Yellow Jackets and gold for the Walker Wildcats. And I do just want to go ahead and let people know, if they don't understand, Josh Ward here is definitely the brains behind the organization here and everything we keep going. He's very prepared. He's always meticulous in what we're going to do. Our pregame shows and all that, everything's ready to go by the minute. And right now, looking at the JV game, is still in the middle of the third quarter. We've had a close freshman game. Our freshmen won by 4 points. A close JV game. They're going slow with some timeouts, keeping things going. But when I look at our list of what we need to do before the game, kind of our table of contents, I guess you can say, I see at the bottom in all capitals, improvising is always on the table. And at this point right now, we are in improvising mode because we have a few minutes here. A few minutes here before the varsity game. So we'll get a little bit of time to kill before we get started. But it's a good chance here just to talk about all the sports things we have going on at Denham Springs High School. And
you saying that reminded me of the old Clint Black song, "This Killing Time is Killing Me," because it really is. Because as Mitch said, like, I am down pretty much to the minute. I can spare a minute here or two, and I'm usually okay with that. But right now, Mitch was just coming up. I said I have no idea what we're supposed to talk about right here.
But even that is on our it's an option for us that you had. Improvising is always an option because. If it was like the girls' varsity game yesterday, there was no JV game. It's a playoff game. The next time the boys play, it's going to be a playoff game. We know when the game is going to start. At 6 o'clock, tip's going to be happening. We can get everything set up time-wise as needed. However, when JV games and freshman games are played before the varsity game, sometimes it drags out a little bit. And even though you had it set by the minute based off of a estimate time for the varsity start, it's going to be a little bit longer right now. And like I said, two good games, though. Like I said, the freshmen won by 4. Right now, our boys fell behind 10-1 at the start of the game. Didn't look good at all. But right now, we're losing 33-30. But it's been since the middle of the second quarter. It's been within 1 or 2 scores the whole time. So good back and forth action here.
How's the golf game been? I had a really nice round at Pelican Point on Sunday. Windy as all get out, and it actually worked into advantage of that course. I mean, it was just ball was flying off the tee.
It's been cold and wet. When the course is damp and there's not a lot of grass this time of year, it doesn't suit my game real well. I guess you say I'm a little bit more of a picker. I kind of pick the ball off the ground instead of digging down on it. And when the ground's soft,
when
the ground's soft, you're scared about hitting down on it. You catch a little fat, and then mud flies up everywhere. And so you know, it's a work in progress. Working on that.
That's what our new thing on the rundown sheet's going to be. Golf report by Mitch. when we need to fill a time, that's what it's going to be. So, all right.
I mean, you know, made a few chips, made a couple putts. Shot even par on the back nine, so shoot 76 the other day. Nice. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm not there. I just like to go hit it. All right, so as we do kind of again, JV now 37-30 down to Santa Maria in that one, but. Coach Daniel Wingate does a good job with the JV team. Obviously, just talking with Coach Tony Sterling there. And, you know, you can tell that they're all starting to just kind of focus in on what's coming up on the horizon with the playoffs for the Yellow Jackets. And, you know, you just never know at this time of the year how teams are coming together, some of the adversity they have to go through, how they handle that adversity. And then, you know, it looks like more than likely the Yellow Jackets will have a first-round bye. You know, I'm curious to ask Coach Cab after the game what his plan is as a head coach to do that. Do you want to take a little rest and get the legs fresh again? Do you want to keep your momentum going? Let's say you have a really good game here. You know, it's kind of a cat and mouse game of what you do when you have that bye. Some coaches hate it, some coaches love it. How you handle it will, you know, be interesting to see how he wants to handle that. And that is hoping that we get the win here against Santa Maria and they keep in that top four, which they should.
There's all kind of things coaches have to think about, and one of them, I will admit, as a former head baseball coach myself, and of course being a coach and you know, for whether assistant coach or head coach, been doing it now for over 26 years, but there's a lot of things that go into the process. One, can you keep your team in a rhythm? You know, there's other things. I will admit, sometimes you don't want to give the guys, you don't want to give your high school players too much time off. Sometimes they go out and find some trouble to get into if you give them a lot of time. I know as a baseball coach, we would coach during Mardi Gras, which is coming up here shortly, or spring break, and it's always like, you know, if they have a lot of free time, you don't know what they may end up doing, and so you try to eliminate any possibilities of trouble happening and keep them busy at practice, keep them busy doing something else. And I don't know what Coach Cab wants to do, but like I said, that's just something you do think about in the back of your head. Like, do just give them the whole weekend off, or do we're going to go ahead and come back in on Saturday like we normally do, or that all plays into the mindset of a head coach. And when you try to decide, we have a little break here before we play again. Our normal routine is, you know, we're going to play Tuesday, Friday. Well, now, you know, if we do win or if we do hold on to that top 4 seed and get a bye, you know, you may have 8-9 days before you play again. So.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, you know, for me, if I'm in that role, I'm probably doing a simulated type scrimmage on Tuesday, which would kind of be your routine of having that game on Tuesday and keeping that routine of Tuesday and Friday going and keeping the mind kind of sharp, if you will, because like you said, it's easy to just kind of fall behind and get a little loose and maybe not.
Why don't you run by Coach Cab, run by this idea?
Okay.
Maybe get a few alumni out there to try and challenge the young guys like Josh Ward that used to play at Denham. If you want me to come out and spot up and shoot, I'm not running up and down the floor, but maybe I'll come throw a few shots up.
We throw some referee shirts on and go out there and
referee. Let me ref. Fun. I promise you, I am a great referee. I see it on my TV. I never miss a call. When I was coaching, I was always right on the umpire and the referee calls. I would do great in black and white shirt. I just know it.
Oh, okay. Well, I believe you. And real quick here, Mr. Robert Graves has checked in with us. And Mr. Robert, we are going to need a couple scores for you. You want to keep an eye on the Walker East Ascension boys game for us, if you can do that for us. What other game do we want to look at? There's no other game that we need to watch as far as bracket is concerned, whether it be Denham Springs, obviously the girls. That one is set now at Slidell. So we'll put him to work Monday night.
I do admit, I'm looking maybe 2 games away watching. I'm not real sure right now who might be a possible first-round matchup. If we finish in that 3 spot, that's going to be the 15-18 game we would match up with. The 14-19. Yeah, the 3 spot will play the 14-19. If we fell to 4, you know, that would make it the 13 and 20 game. I'm not real familiar with the teams there, but I know in the quarterfinal matchup, East Ascension right now is 6, I believe. We're 3. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But that's a possible quarterfinal round matchup. Ruston's a really good team from up north. They're right in the 7 spot, right around that range. So I'm interested in watching those. You know, I'm not a coach and I'm not on the team, so I can look ahead. The team can't do that. Coach Cab can't do that. But, you know, me as a spectator, I can look ahead and think what could happen 2 or 3 games down the road.
Yeah, we can do that. We don't want the team to do that. We want them to take care of business. And obviously, talking with Coach Tony Sterling there about Santa Ma, you know, Travis usually been there for 12 years now. You talked about how well they're always prepared, how scouting is so good. I was joking with you earlier and with Tony how he holds his cards close to the vest as we're still waiting for that official starting lineup, which we're going to get here pretty soon for you, and we'll get that before you tip off here on this one. Just underway in the 4th of the JV game.
If we did find out the starting lineup early, we might sneak that info to Coach Cab, and then we'd have all the advantage because we would know their starting lineup. So
absolutely. So anyway, that's just a little fun that we're having here as we're trying to kill just a little bit of time here. We are going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, we will look to the current district standings. We will look at the current power ratings and then kind of start seeing, as we were talking there, how it's all going to shake out. And hopefully Yellow Jackets with the win here tonight will get that win and we'll stay around the 3, maybe 2, see what happens with it. But nonetheless, you're staying in that top 4, so you do get that first round bye and can potentially be at home all the way through to Lake Charles for the top 28. All right, we're going to take a timeout. Denham Springs Yellow Jackets, Santa Ma Gators, District 5 5A contest right here from the Jacket Gym. Back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Water, cleanup, and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, Motad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Denham Springs KOA on Vincent Road, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertop, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amant River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Gators of Santa Ma here from the Jacket Gym, and it is 4:27 left in the 4th of the JV game. It is now Santa Ma 41, Denham Springs 32. So this JV game's been back and forth. I mean, it's kind of Santa Ma will go up a little bit, Denham will go up and get it tied, then Santa Ma goes up a little bit. It's just been a very back and forth game, but always want to win. But the main event's coming up here in just a bit.
Well, I can tell you that something I noticed a while ago watching them warm up, on our JV team, we really only have about 3, maybe 4 sophomores, and then the rest are freshmen. A lot of freshmen on the floor playing in the JV game. We got a good 8th grade class that's coming up. Speaking of that 8th grade class, a lot of those guys from Denham Junior, I see them out here. They come to the high school basketball games. They're wanting to eventually be high school players themselves. Had a great a great season at Denham Springs Junior High. Won parish championship with our boys basketball team. But I've seen some of them come in. I saw one walk in a minute ago. He wasn't at school today. I'm not sure if he's allowed to come to a basketball game when he wasn't at school today. I'm gonna have to check on him and see that. But although I mentioned before too, a lot of them are younger brothers of some of the players that are up there. We got the O'Connors that have 2 brothers in our starting lineup tonight. They've got an 8th grade brother, and then we've got the Goldmans, the twins. They've got an 8th grade brother as well, and so a lot of those guys are here watching the high school game and looking to see themselves in a couple of years, hopefully doing the same thing.
Well, and we were talking there in the commercial break about the crowd that's coming in here so far since we've been doing the games here at the Jacket Gym. This is the fullest we have seen it, and excited about that. I know that's always fun as a player when you have a packed gym, and especially a packed gym like this where the confines are so close to you. I mean, the bench, the person sitting behind you in the bleachers, if you're a player on the bench, you could probably feel them breathing on your neck. That's how close it is.
And sometimes that's the fun of a JV game is you normally play before most of the crowd gets there. It's not a big crowd. You're playing your game. Your parents are there watching, maybe a couple friends, but every now and then for some big games, you get bigger crowds coming in, the students are there, and in that fourth quarter of a close game, I can remember a couple times actually thinking in my head as a shot went through the hoop, just hearing the crowd roar. It's like, I've never heard that in one of my games. Like all of a sudden in that fourth quarter, everybody's getting in, ready for the varsity game, and it was a full student section, and I remember that moment just distinctly in my head. We made a 3-pointer. It was like a 2-point game at the time, and man, the crowd went wild, and I was like, we're playing in front of people here.
Oh, this is fun.
That wasn't my mom clapping. That was everybody. So that was something pretty fun. So these guys have that. A lot of black in the stands right now.
Well, this is a blackout game for Denham Springs too, which is interesting because it's
Santa Maul's black and gold, and so a lot of the Santa Maul parents are wearing black for their team. Santa Maul's in their black jerseys, and we're in the blackout with our students. And
Santa Maul just wanted to participate in our blackout game, so they wore their black jerseys, and the student section is filed in here at Jacket Gym as well. And the other part I was thinking of being in this gym and trying to walk along the sidelines there, it reminded me of the at Woodlawn. You remember the old Woodlawn gym when you were there?
Because I coached at Woodlawn for a few years when it was still in the old gym.
And talk about right on you. And those were some great battles that Denham Springs and Woodlawn used to have back then.
Coach Kenny Allman, speaking of, he's over here watching the game right now. Coach Allman actually spent some time helping Coach Caballero's assistant coach after he retired, and can't stay away. Him, Coach Gary Dewey's over there. Coach Kenny Allman, all the guys that were coaching me when I was in high school, when early on in my high school coaching career are still out there.
That's the old District 4 or 5A that it used to be.
Exactly, and they're Coach Dewey used to be a Santa Maul high school coach, and but they're still here, but watching these games. But you talk about, we mentioned that before. You're getting smaller gyms, and Woodlawn definitely was a smaller gym. And those games when Tasman Mitchell was playing, Coach Allman had squads that were, state champions 3 out of 4 years at that time, and we had some great players, and Denham Springs had great teams, and they had to shut off tickets because the fire marshal wouldn't let so many people in there, but it was packed house and loud as could be.
I remember when those tickets would go on sale here for students, we would get here at 5:30 in the morning to sit out in front of the office to wait to get those tickets because, that gym was so small, you can only have so many people in it. I remember the fire marshal being at those games and, counting people that were coming in. I mean, it was standing room only. Those were some great battles back then. 2 really good teams, and Woodlawn was just really good.
I'm just laughing because I was teaching and coaching at Woodlawn at the time. And Denham Springs administration, when the game was at Denham, sent over a code of conduct to be read over our PA in the morning announcements, and that we kind of got a kick out of that they were reminding the Woodlawn students how to behave at Denham Springs Gym, and that was a little bit of conversation at the school. They did read it. John McCann was the principal, and he read it over the loudspeaker.
I'm sure it went over real well.
Exactly. So it may have enticed a little bit of negative behavior just for spite, perhaps.
Well,
I don't know.
I can assure you that Harold Butch Wax, the legend, had all good intentions when he sent that over there.
And he was the principal at the time.
He was the principal at the time. And when Coach Wax says, read this over your intercom, you just kind of do it. And I know that he and John McCann. Yeah, I know that those two were 2 old guys that came up, around the same time period and had a lot of respect for each other. So, man, talk about some epic battles, though. I mean, those were such fun games for high school to be a part of. So, Anyway, let's kind of switch gears here a little bit as we kind of start looking at this one. Let's look at the current district standings for District 5A here. If you're watching at YouTube on DS Jacket Vision, you'll see it up there on your screen there. But as we mentioned earlier, East Ascension at 23-4 overall and 5-0 in district. They sit alone at the top. Need a little bit of help from Walker, as we mentioned. Denham Springs, pretty solid at 4-1 in second place right there, 26-3 overall. You got Santa Maria, our opponent tonight, 17-11 overall. They are 3-2 in district, and then Live Oak falls in at 2-2. Walker at 1-2. Dutchtown at 1-3, and Prairieville at 0-6. So that's kind of how that shakes out as far as his district standings are concerned. And Mitch, we had talked about.
I'm gonna go ahead and mention. I mean, Walker. Do admit. Give me a little bit of grace here. We had the girls' playoff game last night, the boys' night. I didn't have a whole week to kind of look ahead. I did enter some grades today for my classroom, so I was trying to keep up with some of that. I did some work at school today. I'm not 100% up to date on all the power ratings for the boys at the moment, but Walker's probably right on that borderline of getting in the playoffs or not. So
I was
they're outside looking in right now. So I said, but this game tonight, they might think if they can beat East Ascension, maybe they have a chance to slide into the playoffs. So they're going to play with everything they have tonight. So that's all we can ask for.
Yeah, well, since you brought up the power ratings, we'll go ahead and take a look at that as well. So as you look at it there, Central holding number 1, Zachary number 2, Denham Springs number 3, Natchitoches Central number 4. So from what we looked at it last night, nothing has changed there.
Just a moment. If you hear the crowd noise in the background, exactly what I was talking about before. Packed house, ready for the varsity game. The JV, Kobe Johnson, a freshman, just got a steal and a bucket to take a 1-point lead with a minute left. You could hear the crowd cheering and getting after it, and you don't normally get that for JV games. So that's a good experience for those guys too.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and continue. I'm sorry to interrupt.
But looking from a district standpoint, power rating to Denham Springs is at 3, EA's at 6, Santa Maria, our opponent tonight, is at 19, Live Oak at 22. Below the line right now is Walker, Dutchtown, and Prairieville in that order. So I know that it's up there on your list. I have the cut line there at the 28, so I'm not sure where Walker was at the time. Of course, in prep, as you said, kind of quick turnaround from the girls' game last night to now. So that's kind of how the district teams fall out in the power ratings as well. But Denham Springs holding strong at number 3. If something were to go wrong here tonight and they were to lose this one to Santa Maria, I still think that they probably hold pretty firm.
They would have to fall 2 spots. If they fell to 4, the top 4 teams do get a bye.
Yes.
So you do have a little bit of margin of error. I know 4 was real close. I was looking at it a little bit. They were very close to us. Maybe even with a win if they played an opponent with more, but I think we were okay there. If we win, we probably stay at 3. But if we lose, maybe we drop 1 spot. It would be tough to drop 2.
Wow, this JV game was getting intense. It is now a 1-point game with 47 seconds left.
We might need to remind Coach Wingate of the JV rules, though. When the varsity's ready to play, we don't need timeouts in the last minute. Somebody didn't tell the Santa Maria coach. He just called a timeout, but we're about to get 2 or 3 timeouts here in the last 40 seconds because it's a 1-point game. This has been a great one, JV game, if you were here to watch it.
Yep, and we just hit the 1-hour mark of our opening here. So we usually look about 45 minutes or so. So now we've hit an hour, and it's probably going to be closer to 7:30 or so until we tip this one off here for the varsity game. So glad to have you along with us. Make sure you hit the subscribe button there if you're watching on YouTube. Of course, we got Lamine Figueroa back at the studio. We've got Jake Williamson is in the house tonight after Zachary Williamson filled in last night. Mr. Jake Williamson is back with us. Of course, Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrente, John Fine. Of course, thanks to Coach Tony Sterling for coming up. Mr. Cecil Harris for coming up, talking about the field house renovations that are going on now, or rather the field house being built. It's going to be amazing. The field house, it's going to be fantastic. Have you seen any of the plans of it?
I have, yes.
Okay, yeah. It's going to be nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure y'all talked about that and all, but it's going to have 2 levels. Down at the bottom, the weight room, the coaches can be up on top, seeing the whole weight room. Some coaches up top, some down there working with them. There's going to be area there for the football games. There's going to be areas for, perhaps members of the Denham Springs Athletic Association to be in there and watch from the inside. And
Well, you know what? We should do the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up from there and then just walk over to the stadium and do it there. Hey, this is a great idea, Mitch. Can you call Coach Beard, call Coach Cecil Harris, Cecil Harris and be like, hey, we need a media room there so we can do our pregame.
If we don't have a media room, we'll just tell Coach Beard, look, you're going to be on the field getting ready to play. We'll use your office.
Yes.
He won't be in there at the moment.
I can't wait to see his office. Obviously, Coach Beard, we didn't mention this. He was going to be in here tonight. He was unable to make it. I assume maybe some softball duties have held him up on that, or maybe some athletic director duties have held him up. Nonetheless, We appreciate, again, Mr. Cecil Harris stepping in.
I heard he might be going to pick up some wooden floor to install in the
Is that
of the
true?
gym.
That's not true.
Well, somebody's got to do it, so might as well be Coach Beard.
He's going to love that. I hope he hears that one. All right, we're going to take a timeout here. We got 42 seconds left in the JV game. It is 44-43. Yellow Jackets now leading over Santa 42 seconds left. Stay with us. Coming up, varsity. We'll get to eventually hear from the Jacket Gym for a District 5-5A contest. Stay with us. We're back after this. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Personal injury?
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Use Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5-Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
And we welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets, Gators of Santa Monica, District 5-5A contest here on a Friday night from the Jacket Gym. Great to have you along with us here for this elongated Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. And we are going to take a look in to the JV game here now with 16 seconds left, and it is tied at 44.
Remember the JV rules, you can't play for a tie. You got to go for the win.
That's right.
Go for the win. No ties.
Coach Daniel Wingate, we love you, but no ties here, no overtime here, and he's going to take a timeout, a full
and no
timeout.
timeouts, but they didn't follow that advice.
And he's going to take a full timeout. We're not going to take it with him on this one, but as much as we would like to. So, Mitch, man, this is the most exciting JV game I've seen in quite some time.
Well, and it helps, like I said, as the crowd is getting in here, because it is a little bit later than normal, most of the crowd has shown up. A lot of times you think about 7 o'clock for the varsity game to get started, and so they show up at 7 and the JV's still playing. But now you got a big crowd here, and they're cheering for the JV players out there, and it's been very exciting watching the last 3.5 minutes or so of this game.
Yeah, and as you're looking on your screen there, if you're watching at DS Jacket Vision, seeing the student section fill in there with their all black on, looks like that is Jerry Horn right there, front and center on the front row, huh?
Yeah, Terry Horn standing next to Josh Hogan. Josh Hogan, I mentioned before, he was my quarterback in junior high. And played a lot of defense, a lot of linebacker when he got here. Had a knee injury his junior year, tore his ACL, it was in the beginning of practice in August. And so he missed his whole junior year. But, a few of those guys we recognize over there.
No, we had talked about it in one of the previous games, but just how the student section here at Denham Springs loves to be involved and follow along with the teams. And, all the sports really kind of support each other. I see Coach Mike Puku here tonight in the house as well. Coach Cab and some of his staff were in here last night coming in and out of the girls' game. So a lot of cross promotion and a lot of cross cheering for each other. And it's good to see that here in a tight-knit community like this. We're down now to 8 seconds left in the JV game, and Yellow Jackets down by 1, and it is going to be out of bounds. It's going to stay with white. That is the Yellow Jackets. So with 3.6 seconds left, Coach Daniel Wingate going to take a timeout. He wants to draw up the last second play. All right, Mitch, give me your last second play.
We'll draw up from a side out. We're going to draw up a backdoor cut alley-oop for the last. We're going to lob it up to the rim and knock it in there. Of course, if you watched the LSU game the other day, Arkansas tried a similar play, but the guy on the side out threw it to go.
That's right. Yeah.
Doesn't count. You can't throw it in from out of bounds. But it'd be a nice shot for horse if you're playing a game of horse, but you can't do that in regulation game.
Well, I did see that in going back and watching Chris Blair and John Brady on the radio call. John Brady said, 41 years, I've never seen anything. I've never seen that before. And of course, it doesn't count because you can't do it from inbounds like that. But, that was interesting.
Try
and
to
funny
throw the lob at the goal, and the ball went in.
Like, whoops. All right, so again, 3.6 seconds left here in the JV game. It is a 44-45, 1-point advantage for the visiting Santa Maria Gators. So, as we see the Yellow Jackets coming out onto the court, see what Coach Daniel Wingate has drawn up for the last second play. I remember the first time I had to do that in a JV game. I sat down and I think I looked at Coach Josh Neal. Happy birthday, by the way, to Coach Josh Neal. This is his birthday. I looked at him and I handed him the board. I said, if you can tell what that says, I'll give you $100. And somehow it worked.
Oh, we're going to get free throws.
Oh, Coach Daniel Wingate loves that. Getting to go to the free throw line.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's freshman Jaden Williams, if I'm not mistaken on that one. Going to be shooting these free throws here with 0.8 seconds.
Yep.
Down 1, 2 free throws.
Oh, you better hit both of them.
Whatever you do on the first one, do it again on the second one, right?
Exactly. Just giving you a little bonus basketball here on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Talk about improvising. This is as good as it gets right here. All right. That free throw will tie it up. 45 apiece, 0.8 seconds left. And as you said, whatever you did on the first one, do it on the second one.
Getting a little Carey Strug action right here. He can't hardly move, but you don't have to move much for a free throw, so just make one more of those.
No, make this one and everyone clear out. Front one is no good, and it will, oh my God.
Overtime. JV overtime is going to be 2 minutes. They'll put 2 minutes on the clock, give a little overtime. Look, it's their last game of the year. JV doesn't get to play in the playoffs, so the JV is going to have, one last shot at glory here. They're going out in a blaze of glory here and giving it their all.
You think go find like a I don't know, someone from the crowd that wants to come talk, and we got to figure out something here because what is it, 4 minutes for overtime?
I think 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It's for
2 minutes.
This
Nice.
JV game should be 2 minute overtime.
That's 2 minutes too long. They should just put them on the free throw line in the first person. Hey, they should play horse.
They could play horse. They could, they could flip a coin, and then whoever wins, all right, you get one shot from the top of the key. You make it, you win, you miss it, you lose. That'd be a good option. Do some strategy
I like
shooting.
that, yes.
Maybe you're like, I won the toss, but I want you to shoot it.
Yes.
Because I don't think you're going to make it.
Kind of like the TGL golf thing where you can throw the red flag, throw the hammer. Have you watched any of that, by the way?
Throw the hammer. I watched the first one. I haven't seen the others. But now I'm going back thinking, and
it's a good kill time on a Monday
I'm thinking
night.
back to the movie from long ago, White Men Can't Jump, with Woody Harrelson and but Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
And they were shooting like from 3-pointers. That was one of their first times competing against each other. That was a good. If you got that here, that'd be fun.
I tell you what, here's an idea. If you're watching on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, go in the chat right now and give us something to talk about. And if it's a good enough subject and we see it and Darren shows it to me, we will actually talk about it. So do that if you're watching on at DS Jacket Vision and hit that subscribe button for us. All right. I'll probably get in trouble for that one, by the way. But we're going to go ahead and take a timeout here, try to reset and figure out what we're going to do next on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Media outlet has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in, Sportin' Center. Yellow Jackets warm up for the, let's see what are we going on, hour and 15 now.
In our commercial break, I had a great idea.
Okay, let's
and
hear it.
I'm going to petition all the high school varsity coaches that, judging from last night's big hockey match, USA versus Canada, the Four Nations they called it, I believe, and as it goes to overtime, there was a golden goal. First to score wins. And in JV or freshman games, I think that should be the case in overtime. First goal wins. So it'd be a walk-off win no matter what shot. You get a ball in the basket, game winner. That'd be exciting.
Oh, speaking of your boy Brad, Coach Brad Jean should be pretty excited. They're talking about NHL hockey in New Orleans. That'll go over well.
Coach Jean likes the NHL hockey, but he loves the Baton Rouge Zydeco. No, but we were texting last night during that USA-Canada hockey game. We were following along with it, and he did want me to pass along the message, so I'm glad you brought that up. But he hopes you were watching and you could see why this hockey is so exciting to watch.
That was super exciting. And I was surprised to learn that how the U.S. team doesn't usually participate in that, and now that that's over, that as the NHL season does pick back up, that there's a lot of players who are fighting through injuries that they experienced through that, and that's why they maybe have not done this. But they said it was so successful this year that it's something they'll continue to do, and I mean, as close as it could get last night, and having the 3-2 ended up being the final.
That moment's got to be the most hockey talked about in America since the 1980 U.S. hockey win over Russia.
And then, of course, not to get political with it here, but the President of the United States calling Canada the 51st state added a little extra juice to it for sure. So
when they played in the preliminary rounds, the fights that were happening, and it just
then they just dropped gloves before they even went. I mean, just drop gloves. Yeah, so I haven't experienced.
Well, I can tell you that I did learn about that from Coach Jean not long ago. He was telling me about that in hockey. Like these guys, they'll just kind of look at each other. The puck's going to be dropped, but one guy will look at the other one like, "You want to go?" And the guy's like, "All right." And everybody else kind of hears it's going to happen. And as soon as it starts, everybody just stops what they're doing, watches the one-on-one action, and those guys get after it for a little while. Refs let it go until somebody falls down, and then try to break it up at that point.
Sounds like a St. Helena truck stop.
But that's how it happens, just that easily. Just one guy looks at us like, "Hey, you want to go?"
All my friends in St. Helena, that was a joke. Okay, don't write in letters for that one, please. All right, so JV, 50 seconds left here. Yellow Jackets trailing by 1 now, 45-46 as we come out of a timeout here. I think Santa Maria called that one, so that should be another rule too. No timeouts in overtime.
No timeouts. Not JV and freshmen, right?
All right, so it will be Santa Maria to inbound here as we take another look in at the JV. Here in that Yellow Jacket student section. Asking for some defense here. A little trap right there by the Yellow Jackets. Santa Maria goes up. It's going to be no good. Rebound's going to kick out. 31 seconds left here. 1-point lead, and it is going to be a foul. This will take another half hour.
A little bit, but
We're not complaining that JV game is having such a good game. We're complaining that we're running out of content.
We're not daylight.
We're running out of daylight and
it's gonna
content.
get dark here soon, but no.
And
because we've talked so much about what can happen. We've been talking really for 2 weeks where the Jackets could fall in the playoff bracket. This can happen, that can happen. Well, we've covered it all. And now we're just waiting for that official, what's going to happen this last regular season game for the Yellow Jackets, what's going to happen in other spots around the district and around the state to actually fill out that playoff bracket as needed.
Yep, so let's see. Now it is a
I got more good news for you, though.
Okay, what's up?
LSU baseball won today. Close game.
It was
they
close,
dominated all last weekend, but today was a close one, won 4-2, so they're off to a good start.
Close one and a cold one. That's got to be tough out there. I mean, I know they won at 4
the cold
today,
weather is not conducive to great baseball. No. Ball doesn't travel as well. You're not as loose. It just you don't throw it quite as hard, but when you hit it, it doesn't quite go as far either. And it's just you got to find other ways to win. I was following along with that game earlier. LSU had a couple bunts getting down. So, like I said, finding different ways to win. Coach Jay Johnson did mention that. Says when you get to Omaha, you've got to be able to win in different, scenarios.
Oh, yeah, 'cause the
sometimes
winds,
that wind's blowing in, and you can't expect to hit a couple of home runs. You got to be able to steal some bases, put the ball down on the ground, bunting. But then if that wind is not blowing in, and maybe if he's blowing out, but even if it's just not blowing in, during June, July, those late months in the summer like that, the ball's going to travel, and you can hit a lot of home runs and score that way too. So,
all right, go back to that chat. I want to see. Someone said correct district standings. Mr. David Graham, as far as I know, the district standings are correct as far as the boys are concerned. If you think we're wrong on that, feel free to write in.
I'm just double checking here, trying to look over and see.
I took that directly from the site. I didn't, but anyway.
But I know Santa Maul, 3-2, because they've got losses to East Ascension by 1. You said that was a last-second shot with East Ascension beating them. Live Oak beat East Ascension last Friday night. We saw Coach Tyrus McGee.
Yes.
We were having a meal out at Walk-Ons and saw Tyrus McGee that night.
All right. Well, oh my goodness. And we are tied yet again at 48 apiece.
We had that on camera. We were following along the action.
I don't know.
The referee first signal charge and then changed his mind to block. He did signal charge first, but then changed his mind to block.
With 6 seconds left now and tied at 48 apiece. It sends Santa Maul to the free throw line. Incidental buzzer right there at the table.
We got to foul now. Well, we got to play with 5 fouls.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's Drayden Goldman, younger brother of Sean and John. Of course, he's the 9th grader. We still got Jackson Goldman in 8th grade. Once again, we've said it before, but all of them younger brothers of Tyree Goldman, who I see standing down there by the baseline. Tyree Goldman, the Denham Springs High School all-time leading rusher as a running back.
All right, so that's where I was asked people to chime in. David Graham here is, oh my gosh, last second heave is that there seems to be a little discrepancy with the district standings that we had there earlier, but all that really matters is Denham Springs is 4-1, and we're 26-3, and we're going to roll with that. Some of the other ones there, sorry.
We know we got Denham's right.
We know we have Denham's right. We know that we have Santa Maul's right. I think maybe there was one with Walker that looked wonky, but I will say if any of you have been watching prior to this,
Walker would have probably beaten, have a couple of wins in district right now.
Yeah, I will, I'm not trying to complain about the LHSAA site again, but it is not always accurate, and I try to go through and this preparation do the best I can with it, but it is not always an easy task.
There's always a mistake or two that sits there for a couple of weeks or maybe a month, and then this weekend they'll get it straight and make sure it's 100% accurate before the final playoff bracket is correct.
They didn't for the girls, but that's a whole other story that I won't get into, although we have time to do it. So senior night was a couple games ago. JK missed it. Yeah. So JK O'Connor is getting his senior night tribute here right now as he is shaking hands with Coach Cab and Jermaine coming out with him as well, and family coming out, so just good to see that. And we take a look in on that as well, and that is JK celebrating his senior night here as he was unable to do so with the team the other night. So good to see that.
And I mentioned that. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. Our usual starting lineup, we were kind of bouncing around a little bit here. Last couple of games had some starters in, had some starters out, and we kind of got everybody back 100% now, and hopefully ready to hit our stride on this last regular season game as we head into the playoffs.
All right, so congratulations to that young man there, J.K. O'Connor. Well-deserved to have his moment here as a senior, and all his teammates coming out to gather him now, or gather around him, rather. It's just good
Coach
to see
Cab have a cookie cake? He's going to share that? Let everybody get a little piece? Go share it around the crowd. Everybody take a little piece?
So send it up here. We'll be happy to help you out. All right, so I guess we will go ahead and what do you want to do here, Mitch?
Well, we're going to have 10 minutes once they start the clock for the teams to warm up for the varsity players, and they haven't started that yet. But I guess it's just mentioned before, like talking about just some of the other sports and such. The softball team has only played one game so far.
And 1-0.
1-0. Coach Beard undefeated as a softball coach. He's going to take over the softball reins just for this season. Kind of a little bit of a intermediate spot. And so he's going to just kind of get it through the season here, and then they'll move with something different after that. But then baseball, Coach Kyle Sedetall, they've been going. They were when I checked, I think they were 3-2 when I was looking at it earlier this week. I know they're playing tonight. I believe Mr. Robert was showing us maybe the JV is going to be playing Central Private right now, maybe the varsity after. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He'll let us know.
Because I have looked for the schedule on the LHSA website, and it's not completely filled out as well. The schedule's not completely done, but both those teams are just now getting going, softball and baseball. I know softball plays at Bruley tomorrow. That's on the saw that on the schedule. So,
well, I wanted to ask you just your early impressions of Coach Sedetall, the baseball coach. I know baseball is something that's been close to you and something that you coached, and so just curious your early impressions of him as he takes over this program that is a proud baseball program.
Right. Well, I haven't been able to get out there and see them yet. I know they were playing at Thibodaux earlier this week, so they had a long trip over there at Thibodaux during the middle of the week, and we're playing, I believe that was Tuesday, and then making their way back over here. Kyle was a quarterback here at Denham Springs High School. He was a baseball player at Denham Springs High School. Hate to say it, but I think the last time I spoke with him, he was an outfielder for Southeastern, and before the game, they were playing at LSU, and I was able to speak to him, while they were warming up a little before the game. He came over to the fence, and we spoke for a little while. But that was when he was playing at Southeastern as a baseball player, and I think that's the last time I've actually spoken with him in person. But looking forward to him doing good things. Always an interesting spot when you come back to the high school you graduated from, and then you're going to be a head coach at that position. Guys feel that, that extra sense of pride that they want to give everything they have and make sure they put it into that program and, do the very best job that they can. But also there's, sometimes it's a little bit awkward when you see some, you got some players that you knew them when they were 5, 6, 7 years old, and then now you're trying to coach those guys when they're 16, 17, 18 years old. And so there's all kind of ups and downs a little bit that goes along with it.
All right, so obviously in his first season, I think they're expecting to go through some growing pains, a little young team that he's going to have this year. So I think when you have a coach that comes in brand new like this, the key word is patience. Mm-hmm. Patience. Give the guy some time to come in here, implement his plans, his programs, how he wants to do things. I mean, everything from strength and conditioning to your practice. So many things that you're changing up. And there's an adjustment period for players and coaches in that. And then obviously having somewhat of a young team, I think patience is going to be a big part of what he's going to need in this first season as a baseball coach.
And he had a little bit of help. A couple of the assistant coaches that were around last year have still stuck around this year to help out. So he's had a few guys that have known the players from last year, kind of help him get started as to get his feet on the ground. And so, like I said, very early in the season right now, and you're going to see a lot of things happen in February and March, and then you get the district schedule by the time you get to April, and you hope to have it really fine-tuned and a good handle on what you have.
All right, we are going to take a timeout here. When we come back, we are going to get you starting lineups here for tonight's contest between the Santa Maria Gators and the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. It is from the Jacket Gym. Great to have you along with us. Stay with us. We're back after this with more on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Arishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Mashan and Associates, General Contractors, and Creighton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amant River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in to the longest Sporting Center pregame show ever, right here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Our
We got some late breaking news. Hot off the press. The Baton Rouge Zydeco are up 1-0 over the Seawolves. Don't know where the Seawolves are from. They're not from Monroe. They're not on the sea.
No, that's the Moccasins.
We lost. There was a lot of friction. We made a trade for a player, and he didn't want to come to Baton Rouge, so he went back to Canada and said, "I'm not coming." And so we eventually just said, "Let him go play somewhere else." Then
what they need to know, maybe Coach John doesn't know this, but let me inform you: the same guy owns all the teams.
we did talk about that today.
Oh, we did. Okay,
we actually did talk about that. Yes, we did.
So when they do a trade to help the other team, it's just because he's just the owner helping himself out. Probably get in trouble for that one too. So we're just racking up. I'm just racking them up here tonight.
But I can say now we are on the clock and we are getting back to our normal routine. And with just about 4 minutes left before we get started, we can start getting ready for this game with Denham and Santa Maul tonight. Should be a good one. Santa Maul just...
Talk about breaking news. We finally got the starting lineup for the Santa Maul Gators, and Darren here is plugging that in for us. So when we bring that graphic up for you, it will be correct. So appreciate Darren doing that as he's working diligently to get that. But while he does have time to get that fixed for us.
I think the Santa Maul coach liked to watch him in warm-ups, see who was hot in warm-ups, and then that's where he was going to go with the lineup. It was waiting to the last minute to get those starters announced.
Well, whatever it is, I hope it doesn't work. And I hope he has to sub everyone in very soon. Kidding. We love Travis Usey. He's great. I know. Actually, his wife, Miss Kim Usey, is assistant principal over at EA. And every time we go over there, she's great. She's fantastic. We were over there at EA. Was that 2 years ago we were over there?
2 years ago,
and someone had broken the door behind us. And she comes in and she's like, "What happened to this door?" I said, "Ma'am, it was like that when I got here. I promise you." And she, "Oh, no." She gets her thing out. She's like, "I'm going to get this fixed tomorrow." And somehow I believe that door was fixed by Saturday morning. I'm just telling you. She seems like a woman that gets things done. So maybe I should have called her for the start lineup. I might have been able to get it sooner. All right, let's go ahead and let's look at it now. Let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups here as you will look at it on your screen. We will start with the visiting Gators. It will be senior number 2, 6'4", Donovan Perkins Jr. It'll be number 12, junior 6-footer Caleb LeBlanc. It'll be number 14, senior 6'1", number 14, DeMarcus Patterson Jr. It will be number 32, junior 6'2", and that is DJ Schonberg. And then rounding out the top 5 for Santa Maria will be number 50, 6'3", junior Caven Taylor. Of course, head coach Tim Usey in his 12th season at Santa Maria. 17 and 11 overall on their season, and they are 3-1 in district play. Now, as we flip it there and look at the Yellow Jackets, all guards for Denham Springs here, it will be junior Jeremy Williams, number 2, 6'1". It'll be junior number 3, Jermaine O'Connor at 6'2". It will be J.K. O'Connor, the senior. He stands at 5'11", wearing number 4. And then it will be guard Deshaun Goldman. He is a junior, wearing number 10, stands at 6 foot. And Dejan, they will be going by Sean and John here tonight. He wears number 12, all junior as well. Also listed at 6 foot. Head coach Kevin Cavallero in his 10th year at Denham Springs. Yellow Jackets 26-3 overall, and they are 4-1 in district play as they will wrap up the regular season here against the Santa Maria Gators. So that is your starting lineup. Of course, Coach Cav is assisted by Antonio Sterling, also known as Tony Sterling, and Daniel Wingate. Of course, Coach Wingate in the house here tonight. So I guess with the last regular season game of the season, with the packed house here and seeing all the star-studded people who are in here, former Coach Gary Dewey at Santa Maria, seeing his former team, Coach Kenny Almond, who we mentioned at Woodlawn, and Coach here at Denham Springs a little bit, and then Cecil Harris is here. You know, you've got full house on the other side for Santa Maria, so a lot of excitement here.
Jeff and Blake Gully are here, and I can tell you what, I saw them I saw Blake Gully a little bit earlier, but when I saw that won the girls game, we played Walker, I was thinking, man, I don't know that there's been many people that have watched more Denham Springs High School basketball games than Jeff Gully. He has been at all the games. He's always around watching and loves to watch the basketball, and he likes to watch Denham Springs High School athletics.
All right, so it looks like, I think we are going to have team intros here. I'm not 100% on that. As you know, each game we have done, it has been a little bit different.
Miss Shauna White has grabbed the microphone.
Yes. She loves the microphone.
She always does the homecoming when we have homecoming games.
She loves
senior for football. Yep. She does senior for basketball. So if anybody has to do some public speaking, Miss Shauna White can take care of it.
She would have been a great intermediate interview. I mean, what's the craziest thing you saw at school today? I'm sure she would have a list about, as long as this gym floor. So it's always got to be exciting times to be in that administrative role.
Well, I'm going to jump the gun here.
Go ahead.
You always ask me right before tip-off, what's my keys to the game? And if you paid attention as he called out the starting lineups for Santa Maria, and if you see them as they move around the floor, they're going to have a definite height advantage over us. The tallest team that we've played, in the games that we've been covering for Denham Springs. I know they've played a lot of teams before that, but Santa Maria's going to have a height advantage. We're going to have to do a good job of making sure we try to limit them to one shot and keep them off the boards, get the defensive rebounds, and not let Santa Maria have 2 or 3 shots at a trip by getting offensive rebounds and putbacks. And we want to try and stop them from affecting our shots in the lane by getting in transition. We like to run. We like to get steals and get the fast breaks going. And if we can get some fast break transition buckets, the big guys underneath for Santa Maria don't have a chance to get over there and block the shots.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out here to Mr. David Graham. He's been watching on YouTube there and getting interactive with us, and he said he enjoys the broadcast. It says that the Biloxi Seawolves, he was watching and joined in and said it's Biloxi Seawolves. So there you go. So we're learning some things here today.
That's right.
We're learning that our district standings are wrong, and that Biloxi is the Seawolves, and that Mr. David Graham is enjoying the broadcast. Great to have you along with us. If you want to get interactive like he is, please do so. That will do it for us for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need, from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs.
I do know that the Biloxi minor league baseball team is the Shuckers. I know that. I watched the doubleheader there one night.
All right, we are ready to tip this one off here from center court. Finally getting this one underway at 7:50. Here is the tip. Ball is up, and it will go to the Gators. That's going to be Schonberg. Gets it over to Perkins. Perkins works it from the top. That is over to Patterson now. Patterson in between the circles. Gets it over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc over to Perkins. And Perkins will get it over to Taylor. Loose ball. Ball is on the court. It is loose. Yellow Jackets have it. That is going to be Jean on the other side. Gets it underneath to Jermaine O'Connor. First points of the night go to the Yellow Jackets.
Jeremy Williams with a great job on the defensive end, getting the steal, and then Jermaine O'Connor eventually gets a putback bucket for the Jackets.
Going the other way now, it is going to be a travel on Caven Taylor for the Gators, and that will give it to the Yellow Jackets. I like it when we score.
Doing a great job on the defensive end, loose ball on the floor, diving on the floor, getting after it, and then dishing it off to one of the Goldmans, and then Jermaine O'Connor with the bucket.
Yellow Jackets now, that is going to be JK handling the ball, gets it, and he is going to put up a jumper, and it is good. Yellow Jackets lead it early here, 4-0, just underway from the Jacket Gym.
And welcome back to JK. He missed the last two games, but now back in the starting lineup here with a bucket early on.
Backdoor cut for the Gators. It is going to be by Patterson. He is going to be fouled. That is going to be a foul on Sean, and that will be 2 shots for DeMarcus Patterson. District 5 5A contest, regular season finale here. First free throw is up, and it is good. I feel like I'm maybe got a little too much football in there, and it's up, and it's good. Second free throw is on its way, bounces around the rim, falls in, and that is going to be a point. So it is now 4-2. Yellow Jackets with the lead. JK going to walk it up the court. Gets across the center line, being pressured. Going to have to pass it. He does. Gets it over to Jermaine, and it is going to be a travel by Jermaine. Turnover, and it will give the ball to Sandomal.
Sandomal matching up man-to-man, much like we do on the other end of the court, pressuring the basketball. They're going to stay up in your face on defense, make it hard for you to try and dribble and get by them, and that forced a turnover just then.
Handle it now for the Gators is going to be Patterson. Patterson gets it in the corner over to Taylor. Taylor going to drive it baseline, going to put it up, and it's going to be deflected by Jermaine O'Connor, and he is going to be, Yellow Jackets going quickly the other way. That is Jean. Jean's going to throw it up off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to Schonberg. Gators having a hard time handling the ball, but they are able to retain it, and it is going to be Schonberg from midcourt. Over to Patterson. Going to be a long three. That is going to be by Perkins Jr. It is off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets, and we're going to have a whistle on the court. That is going to be a first foul on DJ Schonberg for the Gators.
We talked about the set of brothers on our team, and I'm not sure if they're brothers or cousins, but there's also a Chase Schonberg on the Sandomal team. So,
yeah, I had to call some people over in Sandomal and be like, all right, explain this one to me. And they said, I think it's Schonberg. So we went with that, and that was correct. Yellow Jackets now other side of the court.
No Tom plays on the team, though.
No Tom plays. Shut up. Williams handles it from outside the arc. We'll get it over to Jermaine. Jermaine from the free throw gets it to the baseline to Jean. It is off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Gators. Gators quickly going the other way. From the top is going to be Patterson. And the Gators going to try to slow this thing down just a little bit. Driving in is Schonberg, going to take it all the way, going to be deflected again. That is the second deflection by Jermaine O'Connor.
Yeah, Jermaine was a help side defender just then, coming off of his man, and was able to get up high and block the shot. And as you mentioned, his second block so far in just the first couple of minutes of the game.
4-2, Yellow Jackets leading over the Gators. 5:15 left in the first as we getting the cheerleaders out of the way there. That talk about the tight confines here from the Jacket Gym.
It's the second time I've seen that here in this gym. We have a lot more room at the Hornsby Gym.
Nice move right there by Caven Taylor on the inbounds play as he is able to tie this one up at 4 apiece now. Denham Springs and Sandoval. Jean from outside the arc gets it over to Sean. Sean going to go baseline. Nice pass underneath the JK. It is going to be no good. Put back is going to be good by JK. And that is going to be an opportunity for a three-point play.
I'll tell you what, Sean Goldman with another great pass, finding JK cutting to the goal. Missed the easy first shot, but JK got his offensive rebound, and we got a better result because he got the bucket and a foul to go with it.
All right, that is the second team foul. That is Donovan Perkins Jr.'s first foul for the Gators. And that will put JK on the line as he tries to make this a three-point play. Here's a free throw, bounces around the iron, no good. Rebound goes to Perkins Jr. for the Gators. Patterson now being pressured. The All Jackets going with that full court press. Sandoval able to break it.
Yep, setting up the full court press after the missed free throw.
LeBlanc going to drive it in the lane, puts a layup in for 2, and we remain tied now at 6 apiece. 4:35 left here in the first. Jean gets it over to Williams. Williams going to shoot a long 2. Going too strong on that one. Rebound goes to the Gators.
Nate Oates would not approve of that jump shot. The 17, 16-footer is not in the Alabama playbook.
You're absolutely right about that. They live and die by it, but when it works, it works. Driving in the lane and putting it up is DeMarcus Patterson for the Gators, and he is going to be fouled. That'll send him to the line for 2.
You know, we're making little jokes with that, but that Nate Oates, his philosophy is we're either shooting a three-point shot or a layup.
That's right.
Nothing else. No 12, 13 mid-range jumpers. No 13-foot mid-range jumpers. We want the three-point shot or the layup.
Patterson's first free throw is good. And a 7-6, send them all to 1-point advantage now as Patterson will try to make it a 2-point advantage. Here it is. That is no good. Off the iron. Rebound goes to Jeremy Williams, who gets it over to Jean. Jean to Sean. Sean going to drive it in, gets it underneath the basket. That is going to be to Williams, who puts it in for a nice layup. Nice move right there, Jeremy Williams. Yellow Jackets now lead by 1, 8-7.
Back in that full court press.
Almost stolen right around midcourt. It's going to be a long 2 now for the Gators. That is by Perkins Jr. It is no good. Rebound to the Yellow Jackets.
J.K. O'Connor snatched that one down.
Jean will now get it underneath to Sean on the pass from Jermaine O'Connor, and that's in for 2. 10-7 Yellow Jackets with the lead.
Yep, Jermaine O'Connor with the assist, and Sean Goldman putting it in the bucket.
Yellow Jackets keeping the defense coming as they try to pressure Sandoval, and it is going to result in almost a turnover. Loose ball still. Ball is still up in the air. It is going to be a put in by John Goldman as he gets it on the save from the twin Sean, and it is a 12-7 Yellow Jackets lead. Now the other way, going to be a 3-point shot by LeBlanc for the Gators, and it is good, and it is 10-12. Got a timeout on the court. We will take it with them as well. 12-8, Yellow Jackets with the lead. 3:01 left in the first. We're back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets Basketball Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Well, Mitch, I think right now in the first few minutes of this one, you could say the wait was worth it.
Yeah, it was. I tell you what, that was a highlight play for the entire season right there. Jermaine O'Connor saving the ball from going out of bounds behind his back down the floor where he knew Sean Goldman was waiting. Sean Goldman saw the defender coming right at him. As soon as he called it, a behind-the-back pass to his brother to get the layup. So 2 behind-the-back passes and a layup to finish it off. Great play.
It was all happening so quick. I don't know if my call did it any justice, but I certainly was impressed with it. Now going quickly the other way, it is going to be a under-the-goal pass and an easy layup for Jeremy Williams from John Goldman. Or was that Sean? Excuse me, that was Sean.
Sean, yep.
Now the other way, Sandoval looked to pull a 3 there, was Taylor, and it is going to be a turnover as they off the glass will go to Denham Springs. Now a 3-pointer by Jean is off the back iron, no good, and is going to be rebounded by the Gators.
And the Jackets are definitely pushing the pace when we get the ball, not trying to slow it down and set up a slow 6, 7, 8 pass offense. We want to get the ball and go. And here we go again.
Sean Berg's 3 was too much. Now his easy layup. That is Jermaine O'Connor with that one. And it is 16-10, Yellow Jackets with the lead. 1:51 left here in the first. Going to be a reach-in call right there on Jermaine O'Connor.
Kind of a little silly right there. Got caught up. We've had a few fast break layups. Got a couple of steals. And Jermaine O'Connor was trying to get another layup, but just reached around and fouled. Where probably wasn't necessary on that one.
3 fouls for the Yellow Jackets, 2 for the Gators. That was Jermaine's first, I believe. Gators now will work it from their side of the court. From beyond the arc is LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets it up top to Schonberg. Sonnenberg out to LeBlanc at the top, driving the lane, kicks it out to Taylor. Taylor shoots a three off the iron, no good, goes out of bounds, and it is going to stay with Sandoval with 1:22 left.
You have to move the dance team now, a little bit too tight, not enough room between them and the stage.
It will be Caleb LeBlanc to inbound underneath the goal on the baseline for the Gators. He will kick it out to Schonberg. Schonberg going to drive it in the lane, takes it himself, and he will miss the easy layup, and the rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. That is Jermaine. Jermaine will give it to Sean, and Sean hits it. Was that a long two? Was that a three?
That was a three.
Okay, it was a three, so good three-pointer from beyond the arc is Sean Goldman, and it is 19-10, Yellow Jackets with the advantage. 1 minute left here in the first. Aggressive defense by the Yellow Jackets there now. That is going to be Lalonde shooting the three for the Gators. We are going to have a foul. Jump ball, actually. Okay, jump ball. I thought they were going to call a foul.
I thought that was going to be JK's second foul, but we got the jump ball call, so.
Will be a jump ball call. It will be position arrow in favor of the Yellow Jackets. 50 seconds left here in the first. It is 19-10. Yellow Jackets leading over the Gators. Ball is going to be inbound to Sean. Sean going to work it up the court. Gets across the center stripe. Gets it over to Jean. Jean's going to lose the ball momentarily, going the other way now. That is Schonberg. He is going to lay it. Nope, going to miss the easy layup. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. Sean bringing it up, going to take it all the way, puts it coast to coast. Sean Goldman extends the lead 21-10 for the for the Yellow Jackets over the Gators.
Got a warning? A warning on somebody, maybe the coach, I don't know. But, hey, I'm going to go back to that layup. You said missed an easy layup. Well, it wasn't quite so easy because Jeremy Williams did an excellent job of coming from behind, hustling down the court, trying to get a block on the shot, but at the very least affected the layup, and they got the miss right there. So they saved the Jackets 2 points with great hustle on the defensive end.
If I'm the Sandoval coach, it was easy. Going to be a nice backdoor cut right there, wide open by Caleb LeBlanc. He misses that one. And it is going the Yellow Jackets' way now. 7 seconds left. Going to be a last-second put up by JK, and it is good. 23-10, Yellow Jackets with the lead. And that will do it for the first here from the Jacket Gym. Yellow Jackets 23-10 over the Gators. We are back after this. It's Yellow Jackets basketball.
Department of Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aston Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets basketball. Great to have you along with us here. It is 23-10, a nice first opener right there for the Yellow Jackets as they lead at 23-10. There's 8 minutes until we get to the half, but if you're Coach Cab, you got to be pretty excited about what you're seeing from the energy of your team to start this one out.
They have, and the aggressiveness on the defensive end has paid off into some fast break points, and the Jackets are getting steals on one end and converting on the fast break transition.
Patterson with a move right there for the Gators gets two. It is 23-12. Now as the Yellow Jackets will work it from their side of the court. That is Jean handling it from the top, gets it over to Williams. Williams will lose it momentarily as it is to be hit out of bounds by Chandler Keller, who has checked in for the Gators.
Yes, and checking in for the Yellow Jackets, Trey Dorsey, sophomore, is in the game for J.K. O'Connor, but the other four starters are still in.
It will be driving it in the lane, kicking it out to Jeremy Williams, who shoots a three, and he nails it. 26-12, Yellow Jackets. I just love the ball movement they have on offense. The vision of the Twins, ball handling is just amazing.
Sean Goldman is going to find you.
Yes.
Sean Goldman was driving in the lane just then and dished it back out to Jeremy, who was spotted up at the three-point line. I believe that was Sean that had it.
I believe so, yes. Patterson drives it in, dishes it underneath to Lalonde, who goes up, and it is going to be 2 shots. Or was that on the floor?
Ooh, caught it on Williams. I actually thought it was Dorsey that picked up the foul, but it's going to be Williams that got charged with it.
All right, it will be 2 free throws for Brock Lalonde, a senior for the Gators. First free throw is up, rims out, and it is not good. We like it when they miss. All right, Lalonde will look in. Second free throw is up. Nothing but the bottom of the net on that one. 26-13, the Yellow Jackets lead over the Gators. Dorsey will handle it. Gets it across the center line, gets it over to Williams. Williams works it from the top, gets it over to Jermaine. Jermaine now across the court to Williams, who shoots a 3. It is off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to Keller for the Gators. Keller going the other way now, gets it over to Lalonde, who loses it temporarily, and it is going to be a travel by the Gators. Turnover goes to Denham Springs.
Well, so far in the first 90 seconds of the second quarter and the first quarter, we mentioned before the game wanting to keep Santa Ma off the offensive glass. I don't think they have an offensive rebound yet. And then we have been getting those transition buckets like we were hoping to by letting our defense turn into offense.
Jermaine will drive it in, tries to take it to the bucket, and it is going to be 2 shots for Jermaine O'Connor coming up. Going to be on Donovan Perkins Jr. is the foul for Santa Ma. Coach Travis usually not happy.
I do know this for sure. He gave the foul to the wrong player, Donovan Perkins. He gave him the second foul, but that was D.J. Schomburg that was there trying to take the charge, laying on the ground. The Santa Ma coach disagreed with the charge call. Thought it was, with the block call. Thought it was a charge, but I know 100% that he got the wrong guy for the foul.
Jermaine's first free throw is good. 27-13, Yellow Jackets with the lead. So with that missed call or wrong identifying on that foul, that sends Donovan Perkins Jr. to the bench with 2.
And that's one of my biggest
pet peeves,
gripes about basketball.
Nice
is that, players have to go sit on the bench when they get in foul trouble. And I know it's been part of the game for 100 years, but, you get in foul trouble, you have to go sit on the bench, and that's tough. Especially when it wasn't you that was trying to take the charge, it was your teammate.
Both free throws by Jermaine O'Connor was good. Now the Gators going the other way. It is going to be put up by Patterson. It is no good. Going quickly the other way, and an easy put in for Jermaine. And it is 30-13. Yellow Jackets with the lead here. Driving all the way to the basket, that is going to be Schomburg. He misses that one. Now a little floater by Jeremy Williams is no good, and the rebound goes to the Gators. Now Chase Schomburg has checked in for Santa Ma. So we've got the 2 Schomburg brothers on the court for Santa Ma. So I'll have to refer to the first names now. That is Chase handling it. Chase gets it over to Patterson. Patterson from the top gets it over to DJ Schomburg. It's going to be a long 3 by Patterson. No good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Jermaine Williams with the snag. Gets it over to Sean. Sean gets it to Williams. Williams goes underneath the basket, tries to put it up, and he is going to be fouled hard as he hits the floor, and he will go to the free throw line. That is going to be on Keller for Santa Ma. I believe that's his first. Yes.
Jeremy Williams did a great job of chasing down that defensive board. And then after getting out of the corner, Santa Ma thought had a chance to trap him in that back corner, but Williams got rid of the ball quickly and then sprinted up the floor, was able to catch it cutting through the lane, and finds himself at the free throw line shooting 2.
All right, first free throw was good, 31-13. The Yellow Jackets with the lead. About to get to see senior Chris Pucho check in for the Yellow Jackets. Second free throw falls in as it rimmed around just a little bit, and let's see who goes to the bench. All right, that is going to send Jermaine O'Connor to the bench, and the senior Chris Pucho will check in.
Jackets still staying in the full court pressure, although this is more of a man-to-man press. We switching it up. Sometimes it's a zone press. Here went to a man-to-man full court pressure.
Keller will get it over to DJ. DJ Schonberg over to LeBlanc now on the right side. Going to drive it in from the free throw. Drives it in the lane. Going to kick it out to Chase Schonberg. Who put that in? I'm sorry, I looked up for a second.
It was his brother.
Okay, DJ Schonberg with the finish there. Here's a long three for Jean. It is no good. Rebound to Sandoval. Going quickly the other way now. That is LeBlanc driving it in. He puts it off the backboard, and it is going to be no good, but he will be fouled on the layup, and that will put him on the line for two. That will be a foul on Chris Pucho, his first of the night.
Jackets have done a really good job here early on of opening up a double-digit lead. Would love to keep it there here through the rest of this second quarter. Sandoval, of course, going to be trying to fight back and narrow that down.
LeBlanc's first free throw off the back iron, too strong. Will be a miss. Score stays at 32-15 now with 4:19 left in this first half action from the Jacket Gym. LeBlanc's second attempt now. As J.K. O'Connor checks back into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Second free throw is good. It is 32-16. Denham Springs with the lead. Dorsey will walk it up. He gets it across the center stripe. Gets it over on the far side to J.K. J.K. over to Williams at the top now. Williams goes to his left, gets it over to Dorsey. Dorsey from the top. Over to Pucho on the right side from beyond the arc. Pucho gets it to J.K. J.K. drives it in. He's going to lose the ball. It's going to be a turnover going for the Gators now. Driving it all the way and giving it up underneath the basket to LeBlanc was DJ Schonberg, and it is going to be a miss. Going quickly the other way, it is going to be Jean as he puts it in for an easy two. 34-16, Yellow Jackets with the lead.
Want to give J.K. O'Connor a lot of credit as well. He had the ball knocked out of his hands going from the layup on one end of the floor, hustle back down to the other to play strong defense underneath the goal and force a missed shot.
Going to be Chase Schonberg driving it in. It rolls off the rim. It is going to be a whistle on the court. Going to be a... Let's wait to see who the foul is on. That's going to be on Pucho. That's his second now. So Pucho picks up a couple of quick ones. And that will send Taylor to the free throw line for the Gators. 3:21 left here in this first half. First free throw, nice arc, hits the bottom of the net. Makes it 34-17. Kevin Taylor, a junior for Sandoval, will send the second free throw up. Nice, another arch, bounces around the rim, falls in, and the bucket is good. And it is 34-18 now. Lady Jackets.
Lady Jackets.
First time I did that tonight. Dang it.
That was last night.
90% now. Yellow Jackets working it on the other side now. It is J.K. from beyond the arc. Tries to get it to the baseline, and it is going to be a loose ball. It's going to be picked up by Jermaine. Jermaine going to throw a floater air ball. There's going to be rebounded by Sean. Sean gives it up to Jermaine, who finishes it. Puts it in for two. It is 36-18. Quickly going the other way, going coast to coast. Caleb LeBlanc, we've got a timeout on the timeout on the court called by Sandoval. We're going to take it with them as well. 2:49 left here in the first half. We are back after this timeout. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
So we're welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. 2:49 left here in this first half action. 36-20. The Yellow Jackets with the lead over Sandoval. Regular season finale here from the Jacket Gym District 5A contest. Great to see all of you getting involved here in the YouTube chat at DS Jacket Vision. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. We certainly appreciate it. And again, thank you for getting involved here with us on this Friday night of Yellow Jackets basketball. Sean Goldman was driving it in, and they are going to call, what did they call there?
Travel. Call travel on Sean Goldman. But tell you what, but before we get to the playoffs, I want to see if we might be able to get Coach Cab to share with us some team stats, because I'd love to see Sean Goldman's assist on the season. In the 3 games that we've done for them, he's got to be averaging double digits in the 3 district games that we've covered, because when he has the ball in his hands, he sees the whole floor, he sees the defense, he sees his offensive players cutting to the goal, and not only does he see them, but he has a way of getting the ball to them where they can go up for easy buckets.
Chase Schonberg, the brother, gets it down low to DJ Schonberg, and the basket is good. Underneath it is going to be a
foul on
Dorsey. All right, so let's see, I believe that is Dorsey's first, and that will give DJ Schonberg an opportunity at the 3-point play.
So that's twice Chase Schonberg's found his brother, correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Think they used to do that in the backyard?
For an iron, no good.
I say his brother.
Yeah.
Could be a cousin.
Could be, yeah.
Could be a twin brother.
We'll just say the Schonbergs.
They're both juniors,
don't really know.
right?
Yes, that is correct. Nice move right there underneath the basket by Trey Dorsey. The layup is good as he made a little windmill move. It is going to be a foul on Chandler Keller for Sanamaw, and Trey Dorsey now gets to go to the free throw stripe to make a 3-point opportunity for him.
And that was the Jackets getting back out in transition. We had a few offensive sets there where Sanamaw had slowed us down, made us work the ball on the offensive end. We weren't able to convert with points, but right there we was able to get back out on the run and get the bucket.
Trey Dorsey's free throw, nice one. String music there for Trey. And it is 39-22, Yellow Jackets with the lead, and just about 2 minutes left here in this first half action. Oh, going to have a reach in right there by Trey Dorsey. That's one of those silly ones.
Yeah, that wasn't really necessary.
No need for it, right? Yeah.
Now, I've talked about that before, though. We're going to have a few silly fouls like that, but over the course of 4 quarters, we get a few steals out of it too, and just keeping that pressure on the other players' ball handlers, other teams' ball handlers all game long, it wears on them, and eventually those turn into turnovers.
Sends LeBlanc to the free throw stripe for 2. First one rims around and bounces off the rim rather and falls in. So the first free throw is good. 39-23, Yellow Jackets lead. LeBlanc will look in for the second one, sends it, and nothing but net on that one. 2 free throws good right there for the junior Caleb LeBlanc. Yellow Jackets now going to push it up the court. That is Sean. Sean gets it over to Jean. Jean from beyond the arcs, in between the circles now. Gets it over to Pouchot on this near sideline. Pouchot going to go down into the right corner. That is going to be over to JK. JK up top to Jean, and Jean gets it over to Sean, and Sean will work it in between the circles. Now over to JK. Excuse me, that is Jermaine. Jermaine going to drive it in, going up, and he is going to be fouled. Should send Jermaine to the free throw stripe for 2. That's going to be on DJ Schonberg. I believe that's his second now. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the game for both Sanamaw and Denham with 2 fouls. Yep. No one has 3 fouls at the moment, but Pouchot for Denham and Dorsey both have 2.
Jermaine's first free throw off the front iron, no good.
And then for Sanamaw, Keller, and now DJ Schonberg with 2.
You were talking about the stats earlier. I know Coach Cab does a pretty good job in keeping those up. So just for you, Mitch, I'll have that delivered to your email first thing Monday. Give Coach Cab the weekend to update him. Second free throw is nothing but net, so he is 1 for 1 on that visit to the free throw stripe, and it is 40-24, Yellow Jackets lead. Bringing it up the court is LeBlanc for the Gators, and there is going to be a whistle on the court. Going to be a reach in. That is going to be on John Goldman. Coach Cab don't like that one. Let him play a little defense, he says. Just a little.
That's what the Sanamaw coach said on the other end when they got called for a foul. So.
All right, so
both coaches working the officials, trying to get the calls in their favor.
All right, that sends LeBlanc to the free throw stripe as he will hit the first one. 40-25. Second free throw upcoming for LeBlanc. Second one is delivered. Front iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. Snagging it is JK. And now we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Chase Schonberg on the far side for the Gators.
Going to send Sean Goldman to the line. The Jackets are now in the bonus. Who was that foul on?
Sean Chase, 00.
Thank you.
Yep. Teamwork. That's what we're here for.
But I will say, a lot of fouls have been called here in the second quarter, but they've been spread out. It's not the same player picking them all up. So as I mentioned before, nobody on either side has more than 2 at the moment.
First free throw good by Sean. Second one, nice arcing one, but hits the back iron, and it is going to be rebounded by the Gators. That is going to be Taylor bringing it up the court. He will get it over to Patterson. Patterson being defended by J.K. will now get it over to Taylor. Taylor drives it in, kicks it outside the arc to the line. The line gets it up top to LeBlanc. As we play with 48 seconds left here in this first half. Ooh, it is going to be a turnover by the Gators. What they
called a carry.
Carry sure did. Yep, carry right there called on Caleb LeBlanc. Turnover gives it to the Yellow Jackets with 47 seconds left here in this first half. Inbounds will go to J.K. J.K. gets it across midcourt. It's going to be Pouchot now. Pouchot working it from in between the circles. Gets it over to Jermaine.
Are we trying to hold it for nope, we're not.
Jermaine going to give it to Sean, who weighs it in for 2. Nice move right there. Sean Goldman running in the lane.
I thought for a second we might be holding it for 1 shot, but what we did, we just spread out the defense. Went with that Dean Smith 4 corners look, but spread them out, and we got Goldman cutting to the goal for a layup.
Nice move right there by DeMarcus Patterson for the Gators, as it is now 43-27, 10 seconds left. Gators going the other way now. It is Taylor makes a move, lays it in for 2. Nice move right there by Caven Taylor. Clock runs 3-2, and it runs out of bounds. Excuse me, it is thrown out of bounds by Jean, and it hits the scorer's table as the clock hits zeros, and the Yellow Jackets head to the locker room. St. Amant wants a half a second put back on the clock, I guess. I don't know. I think they're going to take it to the half. We're going to wait and see.
It's going to take more than half a second because Coach Cab took his boys to the locker room, but we had 2 opportunities for a shot at the end of the half there, and Goldman on the fast break wasn't able to finish, and then a little turnover right here before the half, and maybe St. Amant, a little 4-0 run before the half ends. They won't want a chance to make it a 7-0 run.
Coach Daniel Wingate, assistant for Coach Cab, come to the scorer's table to see what's going on, and I think they're going to bring him back out. I can tell by Coach Daniel Wingate's reaction there that they are going to put a half second. I mean, oh my goodness.
Assistant coaches got to be careful when they talk to the refs. He didn't do anything bad, but just general rule, the referees are in football and baseball, or umpires in baseball, referees in basketball, football. They'll listen to the head coach argue a little bit, but they don't listen to assistant coaches. So you got to be very careful when you're assistant coach on what you say to a referee.
Can't wait to ask Coach Cab. Let me write this down in my post-game notes. Ask Coach Cab about the halftime ending, first half ending.
But like I said, St. Amant a little bit of a 4-0 run. We had an 18-point lead cut down to 4 just in the last 15 seconds, and they're going to try and get a tip in here.
Yep, because it will go to them underneath the basket.
0.5 seconds.
Yep, so from the baseline, it will be LeBlanc to inbound it. See what Coach Travis Uzi has drawn up here. It is going to be off the iron, no good, and that will officially send us to the half. Your halftime score, Denham Springs 43, St. Amant 29. That was a fun ending to that half, Mitch. We will come back after this timeout as Mitch tallies up his first half stats, and we will deliver those to you right after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, Motad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, Denham Springs KOA on Vincent Road, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
As we welcome back in to the halftime report here from the Jacket Gym. It is 43-29. Yellow Jackets with the lead over the Santa Maria Gators. Before we get down to business, got to give a little shout out to Miss Ann Williamson, who has been wanting some of our interaction on some things. First off, I want to give her, she likes my watch, she said. So I actually got it not too long ago, Shinola from Detroit. It's a great brand if you want to look into it. And I can help you out. I can send you a referral, maybe get a little discount or something. Anyway, yeah, so appreciate that. And then she wanted to know our take on king cakes.
Cinnamon king cake.
So, well there's only one answer, whichever one I didn't have to bring.
Well, I'm not gonna give you a brand, but I'm just gonna say cinnamon king cakes. What I'm rolling with.
I like the cream cheese. I don't get into all the fruity stuff and all that. Now I'll try them just for the hell of it. But I actually have a king cake party to go to tomorrow. Manny Randazzo's out of New Orleans, one of the best, and one of the specialty ones that you have to go to Chalmette to get, which you don't go to Chalmette for anything else. Well, you do, but we can't talk about that. Sorry, Darren. Sorry about that, but it's called Dong Phuong. It's you've heard of that one? It's completely different. So maybe Miss Ann Williamson can give us her take. If we're right or wrong, just let us know. So all right, Mitch, we are here at the half with 3:40 left until second half action. Go ahead and break down some of those first half stats for us. Yellow Jackets, really good first half there. Nothing to be upset about. No foul trouble really for Denham Springs. So pretty clean first half.
No, we turned a 13-point lead after the first quarter into a 14-point lead, so extended by one. A little bit disappointed, like I said, Santa Maria got 4 points in about the last 17, 18 seconds of the half. Cut it down a little bit for us, but, if you're just looking through the scores for the Jackets in the first half, John Goldman, 2 points, Trey Dorsey with 3 points, J.K. O'Connor with 6 points. We have Jeremy Williams with 9 points, Sean Goldman with 12 points, and then Jermaine O'Connor, I think, 11 points. So, 2 scores in double digits already. 2 players for the Jackets in double digits in the first half. Jeremy Williams knocking on the door right there. And so, strong first half, 43 points. Nothing wrong with that. And a half of basketball, holding Santa Maria just to 29 on their end. Their leading scorer, Kayla LeBlanc, has 13 points at the break.
Yeah, and we talk about the defense so much with the girls team and the Lady Jackets, but you see sometimes maybe a little over-aggressive here by Denham Springs with some of the reach-ins and all that. It can be ticky-tack. And I think the only thing that's really worrisome about that is when you do get into playoffs and you don't want to pick up a ticky-tack foul. That's your second one that sends you to the bench early in a playoff game.
And, as we mentioned before, we saw a couple and man, we kind of reached, not sure about it, but no one has really gotten into big foul trouble. No one's done that when they already had 2 fouls, or maybe they knew, hey, we're here middle second quarter. I don't have any fouls yet. I can be aggressive on the defensive end and try and get a steal here and there. So we've been smart about that, not getting ourselves into foul trouble yet. But it did put Santa Maria at the free throw line quite a bit. Santa Maria shot a lot of free throws that first half. They're doing a pretty good job at the line. So hopefully we don't put them at the line to let them get some free points and some free effort at it there. But really strong defense. Several turnovers turned into fast break points for the Jackets, and that's what we do. We're going to be aggressive on defense, and we're going to get after it and try and get the steals, and we get those steals, and we run the floor and try and finish it off.
All right, second half action coming up. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it will be ready to get this second half underway here from the Jacket Gym. Stay with us. We're back after this with more on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Pull a little quick start on this here, Mitch, and we are underway here. Second half action, and taking it all the way to the goal is Sean Goldman. He drives it in the lane, makes the move, and finishes it off. First 2 points of the second half go to Sean Goldman and the Yellow Jackets, 45-29, Yellow Jackets lead.
And Sean is usually dishing the ball with a ton of assists, and he's still got a few of those tonight, but he's our leading scorer with 14 points at the moment.
Going to be a turnover by the Gators, and putting it in for an easy layup is Jermaine, and it is 47-29, the Yellow Jackets with the lead.
And that's just what we were speaking about right there before the half, or before we started the second half. Jermaine O'Connor being aggressive on the defensive end, stealing the pass, taking it to the free breakaway and the easy layup.
As the ball ping-pongs around, it is going to be Sean taking it again. It is going to be no good this time. Put back is going to be no good by Williams, and it is going to go to the Gators. Going the other way now, we are going to have a whistle on the court. Looks like it's going to go against the Yellow Jackets.
I think that's on JK, which is going to be his third. I know he wanted to. Was that his third? They're not putting it up on the scoreboard tonight. I thought I remember him picking up 2 fouls in the first half. I didn't have it marked. I'm pretty sure that's his third.
Anyways, it will send DJ Schonberg to the free throw line. No, check that. I'm sorry. That is Keller. My bad. No, it's DJ. I'm sorry.
32. Yep.
I saw the 2 on this side, and I thought the other side said 2.
As I mentioned, Santa Maria's doing a pretty good job at the free throw line.
They are, yes.
They're shooting about 75% or so as a team at the moment.
Second free throw is good by DJ Schonberg, and it is 47-31. Full house here from the Jacket Gym. I tell you, Mitch, it's gotten warm in this gym. I got the pullover on, and I've thought about taking it off. I do have a pillow underneath, so
not going shirtless.
Anybody watching, it's not going to be a skins versus shirts here. Nice put in right there by JK from the baseline jumper. It is 49-31 Yellow Jackets.
Well, if you ever want to be a Caniac maniac in Tiger Stadium or Alex Box Stadium, I think you do have to take your shirt off. Seems like that's the rules.
Three-pointer by Caleb LeBlanc for the Gators is good from beyond the arc on the far corner, and it is 49-34. Gators are hanging around. Williams. Ooh. Williams going to be called with a
offensive push-off.
Offensive push, that's his
second foul, I believe.
His foul, yeah, I believe you're right.
Although coach is getting him out, I think it's just 2 fouls, though. Like, they aren't keeping up with individual players on the scoreboard for us tonight, but by my amateur notes here, I have him with 2 fouls.
All right, so it will be Gators taking it up the court now. That is LeBlanc from the near side, gets it over to Taylor. Taylor now to Patterson. Patterson drives it in, floats it up, no good. Rebound goes to DJ Schonberg, and it will be out of bounds on Sean, and it will stay with Sandoval.
We've done a pretty good job tonight of keeping them off the offensive glass. They're limited to one shot most of the time. They'll get a second chance here as the ball was batted out of bounds, but overall, good effort by the Jackets on the defensive glass.
Perkins Jr. will have to inbound it. We'll get it to LeBlanc from beyond the arc. LeBlanc going to drive it in. He's in the lane now. Spins around, tries to get it underneath the basket. It is going to be a kickball.
Yep.
That will keep it with Sandoval. And checking in for Sandoval is Chandler Keller, as he will check in for DeMarcus Patterson.
Sean Goldman with a kick ball, but really all he could do, if he didn't get his foot out there to stop it, that would have been a layup for Sandoval.
Coach John in the chat letting us know the Zydeco score.
There we go.
Was it 2-0?
Trying to earn a playoff spot.
3-0. 3-0 Zydeco. Now as we go the other way for the Yellow Jackets, it is going to be turnover.
Yep, called a travel.
Oh, okay.
I thought he got rid of it before he came down, but I'm actually glad they called travel when we set up our defense, because Sandoval was about to go to the other end on a fast break.
Again, folks, we come to you on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Of course, please hit that subscribe button, and as you see, please get involved with the chat with us. We love to interact with you. And great to have you along with for this regular season finale, District 5 5A contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Gators. All right, Gators going to drive it in the lane now. That is LeBlanc, puts it up. It is too strong. It is going to be rebounded by the Gators, and that is going to be a foul on Sandoval. And while we were in that timeout there, actually getting resituated, Coach Cab told the Jackets, stop fouling.
Stop fouling. Yeah, we have 3 fouls in the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the third quarter. I think he wants to play a little bit more sound defense right now and play with your feet and not with your hands and keep out of foul trouble, because we don't want Sandoval shooting free throws on every foul for the rest of the quarter, and they're one away from getting into the bonus.
All right, that will check in Larry Gayron. First time he has been in for the Yellow Jackets tonight. He is on the floor with Jermaine O'Connor and J.K. O'Connor and John
Dorsey
Goldman.
came in.
And Dorsey came in as well. So that's your 5 on the court right now for Denham Springs. Dorsey handling it from the top. Gets it over to Jean. Jean gets it down low to Dorsey, who goes up. Some hitting there, and it's finally on the putback. Dorsey will be called there, and it is going to be a foul on Sandoval. That will send Dorsey to the free throw line. I thought he was fouled on the first one, but they said it was clean.
Well, Dorsey found himself in some trouble right there as he went up against 2 Sandoval defenders, got the shot blocked, but he was fighting for the rebound and the loose balls that came down and went back up and received the foul on the second attempt. So
timeout. Scoreboard has gone blank. Dorsey will shoot the first free throw. It is good. It happened in the JV game
a little kid sitting here by the plug and knocked the scoreboard off, but has got it back on.
Hey, kid, get away from that plug. No, seriously.
They did that to us once. Won the first game of the Jacket Gym.
Coach Sterling.
They unplugged us.
Second free throw is good. 51-34. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Yellow Jackets with that full court press now. Gators trying to get it across, and they do. Is it going to be to Keller? Keller is going to turn the ball over. Dorsey's going to get the steal, and now it is going to be a steal by Lalonde for the Gators. He tries to go underneath to DJ Schonberg, and there's going to be a turnover by the Gators. It will go to the Yellow Jackets.
The Jacket pressure defense right there did force a turnover. Full court pressure, and even though we didn't get the steal in the back court, Dorsey came up with a steal in the front court.
51-34, Yellow Jackets with the lead. 4:10 left here in the third. Jean is going to work it, gets it to JK. JK going to pull up a mid-range jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Alon for the Gators. Alon now from the top, goes over to the corner. That is going to be to Schonberg. Schonberg will do a pump fake and puts it in for 2. Nice pump fake right there by DJ Schonberg. Yellow Jackets now, that'll be Gayron from the top. Gets it over to Dorsey. Dorsey will now work it from just beyond the mid-court stripe. Gets it over to JK. JK now on the 4 side to Gayron. Gavin going to drive it in. He is going to put it up off the backboard. It is no good. Looked like maybe a little bit of a push there they got away with, but we will take it. Gators going the other way now. That is Keller going to try to take it all the way. Sits up on the iron for just a half second. Rolls off. Rebound goes to Denham Springs. Underneath the basket is Dorsey, who puts it in for 2 on the assist by Jermaine.
The 3-on-1 fast break.
Gets him every
Jermaine
time.
O'Connor was able to find Dorsey open underneath the goal.
Gators quickly going the other way. That is a line driving baseline, and he is going.
That's on J.K. O'Connor.
Okay,
like I said, by my unofficial stats, I have him with 4 now.
Dang, is it really? He's definitely going to come out here for sure. Yep, J.K. will go to the bench. His first return to action after a couple of games off, so maybe a little antsiness right there.
Trying to make things happen quickly and force them just a little bit.
2:54 left here in the third. 53-36, Yellow Jackets lead. Inbounds will go to DJ Schonberg, who puts it in for 2. There's going to be no shot. Ooh, nice call right there. DJ Schonberg is going to be called with the charge.
Very good job by Larry Gayran. Set up underneath. Definitely there before Schonberg had taken off, picking up the charge call. Now Sandoval starting to rack up a few players with 3 fouls. Or I'm sorry, that's the first one with 3 fouls.
Got someone all the way up in Ruston watching right now.
I know we have someone in Albany watching, former assistant principal at Denham Springs High School, David Foster.
3-pointer right there by Jermaine is off the front iron, no good, and it will be out of bounds. And we got a timeout called actually on the court.
Making sure he lets me know every time I mess up, just like he used to do back when we taught together at Denham Junior High.
Coach Cab takes a 30-second timeout. We will take it with him as well. We're back after this quick timeout. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Use Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5-Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
We'll get back in. Yellow Jackets basketball, 30-second timeout right there by Coach Cab, and it is 53-36. Yellow Jackets with the lead here, alongside Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrente, Jake Williamson, Lamine Figueroa back to the studio, John Fine hanging out, taking in a good basketball game. Any other questions Miss Ann has for us, Jake, just let us know. He's on a slight delay in his headphones from us, so he'll hear that in a second. He'll start chuckling, I hope. Nice move right there by Larry Gayron as he puts it in for 2. It is 55-36. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Gators now going the other way. That is Chase Schonberg. Kicks it in and kicks it out to Lalonde, who shoots a 3. No good, but the putback by Keller is no good. And it's going to be a foul on the floor. See who this one is against.
But it still should put them on the free throw line because I believe they're in the bonus now.
That will be on Jermaine O'Connor. I believe that should be his third. His second? I had him at 2 already. I
have him for 2. You had him. You might be correct now.
If he's staying in, you may be correct. I had him at 3.
I could have missed one while I was checking for my Baton Rouge Zydeco updates.
Yep. You see now Jake is laughing. It's just now hitting me. Man. All right, at the free throw line is Patterson for Sandoval. Free throw is up. And we've got a timeout called on the court. Going to be a full timeout called by head coach Tim Usey of the Gators, and we will be back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amant River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
And we welcome back into the Jacket Gym for Yellow Jackets basketball. It is a 55-38 advantage here for Denham Springs. It will be Jermaine inbounding for the Yellow Jackets, and he will get it over to Dorsey, who gets it back to Jermaine, who will walk it up the court. Across the center stripe now is Jermaine O'Connor. Gets it over to Dorsey on the near wing. On the right wing now is Jean. Jean over to Sean. Up top to Jermaine. Jermaine over to Gayron. Gayron going to drive it in the line, kicks it out to Sean. Sean goes across the court to Jean.
You know, last time we did this, we spread them out, and eventually, I believe it was Sean Goldman cut to the goal in the lane and got a layup out of it. Spread out the Santa Maria defense, make them work.
Yep. Got a whistle on the court. That is going to be on Chandler Keller for Santa Maria.
Oh, is that going to be his fourth?
Do have a sub. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be his fourth. He's coming out the game.
So yeah, I kind of like I like what the Yellow Jackets are doing. They're spreading it out, killing some clock here, trying to wear that Santa Maria defense down.
And it's not just spreading it, holding it for a minute and a half, but we're just spreading it to try and create some space. Eventually, one of our 5 guys on the floor that can handle the basketball is going to make a move to the goal.
Yellow Jackets now moving the ball around still. Some good ball handling right here. That is Larry Gayron. He's going to drive it in. Going to make a move. Puts it in for 2 with a nice roll off the rim there. Larry Gayron. His first points of the night, I believe. Right, Mitch?
Nope. He's got 4 this quarter.
4 this quarter, yeah.
Remember, he took a charge on one end, and then the next trip down the floor had a bucket on this side.
Heavy defense right there by the Yellow Jackets results in a turnover and an easy put in by John Goldman. It is 59-38, less than a minute left here in the third. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Driving in the lane is Patterson. He puts it off, takes a roll off the rim, no good. But the putback is Lalonde, and that is going to be a layup for 2 that falls in, and he will go to the free throw stripe for the 3-point opportunity.
You know, I was counting up earlier. Santa Maria has 14 points at the free throw line. Lalonde trying to make it the 15th point from the free throw line. If we could keep them all from there, they struggle in the regular sets.
I was about to say, I thought Lalonde's
guys, he made the shot. Yeah, nobody on the court realized he made the bucket. That was a 3-point play.
Yes, I realized it.
Yeah. The referee, that's most important. The referee realized it.
I told you we needed to get our stripes on, Mitch. 30 seconds left here in this third. It is
somebody might have yelled out and 2 instead of and 1. They wanted 2 free throws after the made bucket.
Yellow Jackets working around the arc now. In between the circles is Sean. He's going to drive it in, dishes it down low to Gayron. Gayron's going to lose it, and it will be a foul. That's going to be on Sean.
That's on Sean, I believe.
Sean,
which one was it?
10, Sean.
All right.
You see what I do at home is 10 is Sean.
But just like we did before the half, we got up to 21-point lead. They get a 3-point play on one end. We come down, miss a shot, and foul them quickly. And they got a chance on a 5-0 run in just the last few seconds of the quarter.
That will send Chase Schonberg to the free throw stripe for the bonus. But 17 seconds left here in the third. First free throw is up, and it is good. Makes it 59-42. Well, I said earlier in that, Santa Maria just kind of hanging around here, and you're giving them a few opportunities to hang around. Second free throw by Chase Schonberg is
and that's
in for 2.
17 for 21 as a team from the free throw line for Santa Maria. That's a pretty good average for a team.
It is. 12 seconds left here. Imagine the Yellow Jackets will hold it for the final shot here in the third. Sean from the top. Tries to goes outside to Jermaine. Shoots a 3. It's going to be off the iron. No good. And that will do it for the third here from the Jacket Gym. 59-43, Yellow Jackets with the lead. We come back with the fourth. After this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Looking back in, Yellow Jackets basketball, third period in the books here from the Jacket Gym. It is Denham Springs 59, St. Amant 43, 16-14, the scoring difference there. And that one, Yellow Jackets with a 2-point advantage in the third.
Yeah, we jumped out 23-10 after first quarter, and we've inched that lead forward each of the next two periods by 1 point in the second period to a 14-point lead at half, and then by 2 points in that third period. Now we're up 16. Like I said, once again, St. Amant with a 5-0 run in the last few seconds of the third of quarter to keep themselves somewhat close.
St. Amant will get the ball to start. This one is going to be a turnover right there. It was a nice deflection by Sean Goldman underneath the Gators basket. And going the other way now is JK as he checks back in for Denham Springs, and he gets it over to Sean. Sean over to Jean. And we are going to have a whistle on the court. That is going to be on Chase Schonberg for St. Amant, and it'll be an inbounds play from the sideline. As J.K. O'Connor will inbound it. Gets it to Sean. Sean from beyond the arc. Did get away with a nice little push off there. I don't mind it. Going down low to J.K., and it is going to be deflected by Schonberg underneath the goal.
It did look like Sean Goldman created some separation with that lead arm, didn't he?
They've kind of let him get away with that one, but these little ticky-tack reach-ins, they'll call those.
Offensive.
Yep.
Sean pushed off to get open. He got away with the one a few seconds ago, but...
Well, he's like, hey,
and the ref was eyeballing.
Yes, he was.
He and the defender were kind of chest to chest beforehand, and I saw the referee watching them, and as soon as Sean Goldman broke off, he pushed off with that inside arm and got called for it.
Gators now will work it from the top with LeBlanc. LeBlanc going to drive it in the lane, tries to throw up a floater, front iron, no good. Rebound goes to St. Amant, and with the putback is DJ Schonberg. 59-45, Yellow Jackets lead, 7:03 left in the fourth. Nice pass right there.
Good ball
it will
movement.
be Sean letting JK finish it off. 61-45, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Going the other way now, it's going to be a turnover by the Gators. There's going to be Jermaine taking it. He is going to miss the layup, and it is going to be ball saved out of bounds by Schonberg. That is Shea Schonberg, and now it will be Schonberg who works it, goes at baseline, drives it baseline, puts it in for two, and it is 61-46. We've got a 30-second timeout on the court. We will take a quick one with them as well. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
It is Yellow Jackets basketball on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please hit that subscribe button for us. Great to have you along with us here from the Jacket Gym. Nice move right there, but the ball rolls around the rim and goes out. It's put up by Jermaine O'Connor. Quickly going the other way for St. Amant for the easy put in is DJ Schonberg. It is 61-49. Yellow Jackets with the lead.
Man, the last two trips on the offensive end, Jermaine O'Connor's missed two shots at the goal. Santa Maria goes and converts on the other end, and now they are cutting into that Jacket lead.
Jeremy Williams misses it on the other end, going the other way, gets a block. The block is going to be by Jermaine. Going the other way now, JK, easy put in for 2 for the Yellow Jackets. And we got a timeout on the court. Now Coach Cab wants to take a quick timeout. He will take a 30-second timeout. We will do it as well. We are back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in after the quick timeout by the Yellow Jackets. Coach Cab takes a 30-second. We took the 30-second with them. You know, neither one of these coaches want to. They know they can't take the timeouts home with them, so they're going to leave them all right here.
Can't take them with you. Well, look, I mentioned that Jermaine O'Connor had missed a couple of shots right at the goal, but he made up for it with great hustle on the defensive end and an excellent block at the rim against Santa Maria just a moment ago, taking away 2 points from them, and then his brother J.K. finished off with a layup on the other end of the court.
All right, it will be inbounds for the Gators. Will be Chase Schonberg, gets it over to LeBlanc, back to Schonberg, and Schonberg will bring it down the court as he will dribble with the left hand over, his right hand over to the right side. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor up top to DJ. DJ now going to the left, gets it in the corner to Taylor. Taylor drives it in the lane, kicks it out to LeBlanc. LeBlanc's going to drive it. He's going to lose it now. Quickly going the other way. That is Jean, and he's going to lose it, but it's going to go out of bounds on the Gators.
We mentioned before sometimes we reaching in and getting called for some cheap fouls, but at that time, Jean Gomez was able to reach in and get the steal cleanly and then turn into a fast break opportunity on the other end.
Stack formation for Sean as he will inbound it. He will have to kick it out to the top to JK. 5:16 left here in the fourth. 63-49 at Yellow Jackets with the lead. Yellow Jackets kind of moving the ball around the arc now. It is going to be Jean. Brings it out, gets it over to JK. JK from beyond the arc gets it to Sean in the corner. Sean going to get it to Jean now.
Jackets stayed in that 5-out offense, spreading the Santa Maria defenders out wide, letting one of our ball handlers. Of course, we have 5 guys on the floor that can handle the basketball.
Dorsey from the free throw line kicks it out to Williams. Williams now to Sean. Sean gets it over to Dorsey. Now Dorsey to Sean. And ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. I don't know about that one. I believe it. I don't know. What do you think,
It
Mitch?
was definitely tipped by a Santa Maria player, but maybe the ref thought Jeremy Williams also tipped it after the Santa Maria guy, but the initial pass from Goldman was tipped
I believe,
by a Santa Maria defender.
I thought it was off Santa Maria too, but it will go to the Gators. Turnover Yellow Jackets. That is LeBlanc handling the ball for the Gators. Gets it to Schonberg. Schonberg drives it in the lane. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound by DJ Schonberg. He puts it up and in for 2, and it is 63-51.
This fourth quarter, Santa Maria starting to get some offensive rebounds. We were able to keep them off the glass for most of the first 3 quarters, but they're getting some second chance points now.
Dorsey drives it in the lane, and it is going to go out of bounds as the ball was loose. And they're going to say it did go out of bounds off of Santa Maria, so it will be Denham Springs ball underneath the basket will be Trey Dorsey to inbounds.
Be nice if we could find a cheap bucket here on an inbounds play, break a little bit of Santa Maria's momentum.
Dorsey looking, and will get it over to Williams. Williams in the corner, working from beyond the arc, gets it up top to Dorsey. Dorsey gets it over to Williams. Williams from the right wing. Down in the corner to Jean as he works it. Now from the free throw line, will dish it down low and off the iron, no good. It was Jermaine O'Connor. Are they calling goaltending?
They called goaltending. I think the Santa Maria defender hit the rim while the ball was bouncing around. That's what the refs called.
Yeah.
Whether it happened or not, but his hand got caught up maybe in the rim as he swiped to block the shot or swipe for a rebound, and they called goaltending for it.
All right, did they add the 2 yet? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, well, 65-51. Travel. Travel on the far in the corner by Donovan Perkins Jr. against Sandoval, and he was pulling up a 3, but shot's going to be called a travel. It'll be a turnover. Goes to the Yellow Jackets. 3:37 left here in this District 5-5A contest from the Jacket Gym, and we've got a whistle on the court. That is going to be on DJ Schonberg.
That's going to be his fourth, I believe.
Okay, so his third. I mean, his fourth. I had him at 3. 3:31 left here. It will be Jermaine to inbound for the Yellow Jackets. And it is going to be some aggressiveness by DJ Schonberg. It will go out of bounds.
And Sandoval is getting more and more aggressive.
I think they just warned DJ Schonberg because he had gotten pretty
before
close.
The inbounds, he was up on Sean Goldman's chest, kind of chest bump. No, technical foul on the Sandoval coach.
All right, technical foul on head coach Tim Usey of Sandoval. I know that's his first tech. Not of the year, I don't know, but definitely of this game. All right, technical foul on the bench of Sandoval. That will send Trey Dorsey to the free throw stripe for the technical fouls.
What started all of that is before the inbounds, Sean Goldman was setting up to receive the inbounds, and the defender, Schonberg for Sandoval, got chest to chest with him and a little bit of a chest bump. And they gave a warning. They didn't call a technical or anything with it, but the Sandoval coach was still chirping a little bit from across the floor about that, and the referee teed him up.
Free throw.
Did he make the second one?
Free throw was good. 66-51, Yellow Jackets with the lead now. Dorsey in the backcourt being pressured by Schonberg, and Schonberg showing some aggressiveness there. He will, it will now be an easy, nice put in, not an easy, but a nice put in right there by Jermaine. 68-51, Yellow Jackets with the lead, 3:12 left in the fourth. Chase Schonberg works it now, and it will be DJ now from the top. Drives it in the lane, makes a move, spins around, puts it off the backboard, no good. Foul on Dorsey will put Schonberg to the free throw line for 2. Well, this one has gotten a little chippy in the fourth.
Yeah, we're sending them all down double digits, so they're being more aggressive, trying to get some steals. Denham's been holding the ball out in that 5-out offense, making them work, and Sandoval going for steals. So a few little bumps back and forth. Players trying to bump to get open. Defenders trying to bump to get a steal.
First free throw by DJ is good. 68-52. Yellow Jackets lead. Checking in for Caleb LeBlanc is Brock Lalonde for Sandoval, as we await DJ Schonberg's second free throw. Here it is. Rims around, no good. And it is going to be a foul call now on Sandoval.
Who was it on?
Looks like it was on Kaven Taylor. Thank you, Darren, for the extra set of eyes there.
Darren chiming in with the help, coming through in the clutch.
So he inbounds for the Yellow Jackets. Walking it up is Dorsey. Dorsey gets it over to Sean. Sean down low to Dorsey, who throws it up off the backboard. No good, and we've got a whistle on the court yet again.
Offensive rebound by J.K. O'Connor, who was fouled on the putback.
All right, so the whistle has become the name of the game here in the fourth. We'll put J.K. O'Connor on the free throw line for 2.
Well, the goal for the Jackets is to keep this lead spread out far enough that Sandoval's not feeling the need to try and put us on the line in the last 45 seconds of the game. We want to have a comfortable lead.
First free throw is good by J.K. O'Connor. The second one coming up after he gets a couple of bounces and looks in. Second free throw off the back iron. Rebound goes to J.K., who puts it back in, and it's in for 2. J.K. with the miss and the rebound and the layup. Yellow Jackets going for the steal here on the Sandoval side of the court. Now it's going to be a open three-pointer air ball by Perkins Jr. And rebound is going to go to the Gators after Jermaine was fighting for it over there with Taylor, and it is going to go out of bounds now off the Gator, so it will go to Denham Springs. Got a timeout on the court. Yep, going to be a full timeout called by Coach Cab. 2:15 left here in the fourth. 71-52. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Stay with us. We're back after this. It's Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Arishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Machon and Associates, General Contractors, and Creighton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets basketball. 71-52, Yellow Jackets with the lead. The inbound underneath the basket, J.K. O'Connor gets it out to Sean. Sean now gets it to Williams. Williams working around, gets it over to Sean. Sean on the far side, gets it to the near side to Dorsey here. Now Dorsey will bring it to the middle. J.K. drives it in, kicks it out to Sean. And Yellow Jackets will play keep away here. Dorsey on the far side. Going to be deflected off the Gators, so it's going to go to Sean. Goes underneath the basket, looking for Jermaine. Jermaine unable to finish it. Who finished that one?
Jeremy Williams.
Jeremy Williams finished that one. Thank you.
Yeah, Jermaine bobbled it, but then he went ahead and passed it off to Jeremy Williams, who was crashing from the other side.
73-52, Yellow Jackets now with a comfortable lead with 1:15 left here in the fourth. Lalonde from the top. Gets it to Perkins Jr., drives it in. On baseline, kicks it out. Nope, they're going to say a foul on the court. They're going to call a block
Jeremy
on
Williams.
Yep, Jeremy Williams.
It's going to give Santa Maria a chance for 2 more free throws.
Anything to prolong it.
Well, has no one realized that was the 5th foul?
I think they're about to, yeah. I think they are realizing it now. That Wilson. Wait, are we still? Yeah, still.
I'm just watching the scorekeepers go back and forth, but. The scoreboard had 4 fouls before that happened, so I thought that was going to be the 5th, which would mean they should be shooting free throws.
There is some discussion at the scorer's table, but it looks like they're going to keep it at 4. Inbounds is going to go out of bounds off of Santa Maria, and it will stay with Denham Springs now. 1:02 left here, and this one will be all over from the Jacket Gym in a District 5-5A contest. Now under a minute.
Gary Rankin and Chris Gaines have entered the game for the Jackets.
Yep, got some subs in for Denham Springs. Driving in is Gayron. Gayron will lose it. It will go out of bounds, and it will go to Santa Maria.
He's going to finish this one out with 4 seniors and then Jermaine O'Connor, the junior, on the floor.
Good to see that. Good for these seniors to get in. Santa Maria now, it will be Keller from the left wing. Still attempt right there by Larry Gayron. It is going to be Keller, drives it in, makes a move. He's going to be hacked. As he puts the ball up, he will send him to the free throw line for 2.
Chris Gaines go ahead and make it official that he was in the game. Get him a foul, going for the block.
Is that the Rudy Rudiger stat?
That's
you have
right.
to be on the stat sheet to be in the game?
He's going to get a block to get a stat or get a foul.
First free throw.
He wanted evidence that he was in the ball game.
That's right, by Chandler Keller. So bounced around the rim and falls out. Second free throw attempt upcoming. Second one is going to hit the rim. No good. It's going to be a putback by Lalonde for the Gators. It is 73-54 now with 20 seconds left in the fourth. Larry Gayron going to bring it up the court. Will drive it in the lane. He's going to try to put up a mid-range jumper off the front iron. No good. 13 seconds left now. Going the other way. It is going to be Schonberg. Schonberg misses it. Lalonde tries to put it back, and it will go to Jermaine. Jermaine gets it underneath to Pusho, who puts it in for two. Senior getting in as the clock hits zeros here from the Jacket Gym. Your final will be Denham Springs 75, Santa Maria 54. And that improves the Yellow Jackets to 27-3. That's where they will finish up their regular season, and that puts them at a finish of 5-1 in district play. For Santa Maria, puts them at 17-12 overall for their season and 3-3 in district play. And that's how the regular season will finish up here for these two teams. We will take a timeout. When we come back, it is the Yellow Jacket wrap up here from the Jacket Gym. Stay with us back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy located in Denham Springs at 145 Aston Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back in to the post-game wrap-up here from the Jacket Gym on Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Thanks for all of you that got interactive with us here tonight and had a lot of fun with you and a fun night here. It's been a long night here so far, but no doubt it was a good one here. 75-54 the final here for Denham Springs. But before we get into it, we do take birthday requests here, so we got one during the commercial break there. And I mean, when a guy's name was Uncle Joe, how can you not give him a birthday? So Uncle Joe, 73rd birthday. Happy birthday to you, man. 73 years. If I make it that long, that'll be a damn miracle. But we'll try. Uncle Joe, I bet you're just rocking and rolling, so good for you. And happy birthday to you from all of us here at DS Jacket.
And once again, happy birthday to Denham Springs High School graduate and former Denham Springs High School assistant coach and head coach in track and current Southside Junior High football coach, Coach Josh Neal. Happy birthday to him as well.
Hey, one-time Livingston Parish Junior High Coach of the Year.
You're
the current holder of that title right now, just so you know. We'll let you hold it. We'll get the trophy out the closet next time we come visit with the radio station and all that. So, all right, again, happy birthday, Uncle Joe, 73 and going strong. Congratulations. All right, Mitch. A lot of people got involved here tonight. Some people got on the stat sheets. Some people made sure they got on the stat sheets, as you joked about that. I like that. But good night here for the Yellow Jackets as they finish off one of the best seasons in school history for basketball at 27-3 overall.
This was quite the year. Just from taking over from last year, a very strong season last year, a top 4 seed. This year looks like we're going to finish up with that top 4 seed again, coming into the season with high expectations, and they have met them and played great throughout most of the season. Looking forward to what we can do here on this back end with a playoff run, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks.
And as we take a step back and looking at what happened last year with the Yellow Jackets, they were in the quarterfinals at the Grady Hornsby Gym against Gators Central, a team that they have run into in the playoffs the last few years. And there was a little bit of adversity that Denham Springs was dealing with at that time. They had lost a couple of players due to some things off the court, so they were fighting for their lives at that point without some players. It was still a close game against Gators Central. They come up short and fall short of going to Lake Charles for the top 28. So it seems like this year they came back with a purpose of something to prove, and 27-3. It's hard to argue with that. They have put something special together here. And just seeing how they're playing together and seeing the starting 5, as we talked about in the Sporting City Yellow Jackets warm-up, getting that start back here tonight, talking about that momentum going into the playoffs, all those things you got to see here tonight, which was really good to see. Yeah, and if you've listened to Coach Cab throughout the year, DSTV's been following the boys basketball team all season long, and they do specials on them, and you can get behind-the-scenes look. They've been talking Lake Charles all season long, since before the year to now, as soon as the last buzzer sounded last year, before they even started summer ball. I know they were thinking, we're getting to Lake Charles this year. That is the goal. That is where we want to finish the season. And, right now it looks like we're going to be 2 games away, because I do believe we should hold on to a first-round bye. And then so someone's going to travel to us in the second round. And then we need to win 2 basketball games and get to Lake Charles for the top 28 in the semifinals. Yeah, there's going to be plenty to unpack with Coach Cab when he gets up here. Just all those things that we were just talking about. And then, what he does going forward in terms of the playoffs and how he handles that first round bye. So I'll be curious to see how he views that. I said what I would do, I'd do some kind of simulated scrimmage on Tuesday just to kind of keep your mind into it. You'll probably work on something. I would imagine you want to throw in maybe a new inbound, something that no one has seen as you head into the playoffs. There's some little wrinkles that you can do when you head into the playoffs where you have so much film out there now that other teams are able to see. That's right, and you do have a little bit of a break. So with that first round bye, you normally would have maybe about 4 or 5 days before the first round of the playoff game. Well, now you're going to have those 4 or 5 days plus an extra 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 days between there. So a little bit of break over a week, and you have a chance to, like I said, add a new wrinkle here or there if you choose to. Shout out to the student section here at Denham Springs. They were loud and proud here tonight. I think they were louder during the JV game. Though. They had well, it was closer. It was so close. Yeah, it was so close in the JV game. But man, it got pretty loud on the highlight play when O'Connor saved the ball from going out of bounds behind his back pass to Sean Goldman underneath, or Sean. Sean was, I think, the one underneath the goal who behind the back pass. I can't remember who finished it, but I remember the sequence. It was a heck of a play. I think it was Jermaine. I believe Jermaine saved the ball, so he wasn't the one that finished it. But it was either Williams or JK. Mm-hmm. It was one of the, anyway. Yeah, that felt like 2 hours ago. Man, just a fun night here from the Jacket Gym. Such a great crowd that was here that filled into the stands for this season finale of the regular season. Lots more basketball play for the Jackets to come. And I think one of the biggest questions is going to be as it comes to playoffs. I think in our post game last week, and talking with Coach Mike Summers here in the gym. He was telling us that, the Jacket Gym may not have the capacity to hold a quarterfinal game. So curious what the plans are looking at that, assuming that the Hornsby Gym will not be ready unless Coach Beard's delivery. Beard, remember he was gone tonight. Unless I think he was going to pick him up. He might be working tomorrow on laying the floor down himself. Yeah, so. he's got his glue and his knee pads. Get up early in the morning before the softball game. Remember, softball plays at Bruley tomorrow, but he might be out here early, on his hands and knees. Putting the floor down himself, installing it. That'll be a good contest for the lady softball Jackets, because Bruley is a pretty historically good softball program over there. So be excited how they handle that one. Looks like the team is coming out of the locker room. So what we'll do is we will take a break here, and when we come back, we will get Coach Cab in here to get his thoughts on this one and moving forward as the Yellow Jackets get ready for playoff action. Stay with us. We are back with more after this on the Yellow Jackets wrap-up from the Jacket Gym on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, Motad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Denham Springs KOA on Vincent Road, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertop, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amant River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in to the post-game wrap-up here from the Jacket Gym. It is 75-54, the final. Yellow Jackets over the San Juan Gators. Regular season finale here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside head coach, Victoria's head coach again, Coach Kevin Caballero. Coach Cab, 27-3, 5-1 in district is how you finish it. This one out, 27-3, one of the best records Denham Springs has had in regular season ever, and that's going back to Tasman Mitchell days where we would have maybe 4 or 5 losses. I mean, excuse me, 4 or 5 losses. Yeah,
that's quite a feat. I mean, you know, to be mentioned the same with Taz, it's special. He's a great guy. And guys have had a great year, you know, and it's the end of season 2, and now we're getting ready for season 3.
As you get ready for that, before we look into the playoffs, just look at this one. You played so well. You outscored them every quarter here tonight. Fourth got a little chippiness there. The whistle became a big part of the fourth, but y'all are able to weather that. I love the ball movement at the end there, just moving the ball around, wearing that Santa Maria defense down. So like, y'all just have so many weapons in the way y'all do different things, both offensively and defensively.
Well, we've been kind of holding on to that a little while because Coach Uzi and his staff, they do such a great job scouting you and everything. They know every play, so we kind of held on to that. And then when we got that lead, we felt like, you know, they were switching a lot of stuff that maybe if we could move it 5-man movement, it would cause a little confusion, and we got them a couple of times.
How many times have you gone to the locker room at halftime and been called to come back out for a half second?
Well, you know, that goes back to our strengths, our enemy. I mean, you know, we score a lot real fast, and we turn them, give it back over to you, you know, and we did. We made a couple of bad mistakes at the end of the half, but we had another good third quarter, and the kids responded well.
All right, as we kind of go ahead and put end on this one and start looking towards the playoffs, you obviously look to finish in the top 4 in the seeding, so you will have a first-round bye. So we're curious, how do you handle that first-round bye? Like, what are you going to do in practice that week? Do you want to, simulate something on Tuesday to kind of keep a routine going? Do you want to give a little more rest? How do you handle that bye?
Well, you know, we're going to take off Sunday. I mean, you know, give the kids Sunday off, and we'll get back at it on Monday. And
And, you know, this time of year, your practice times are shortened up a little bit. You're putting new stuff in. Sure. It's you know, a little bit, but more or less is just keeping their legs fresh. And so it'll be. I think that the time off will be good for us if we're fortunate enough to finish in that top 4, because that's not a given yet.
No, it's definitely not a given, but you feel pretty secure with your win here tonight, and where you've been holding pretty steady at 3. But of course, you do wait till the bracket comes out, which we will eagerly be awaiting that. But you had the bye last year as well in the top 4. So will you manage it the same way you did last year? Did you like the way it resulted last year?
Yeah, we went and watched the first round game that we were going to play. Actually, it was Terrebonne and Sanama, and it gave us an opportunity to see who our opponent was. And we'll do much of the same. You know, we're facing a little issue without a gym, but well, that's another issue we're going to have to take care of. So it might take a couple of days to iron that out.
So my question is, maybe you'd kind of seen what I was going to go with here, with the gym, the Grady Hornsby gym being in disrepair as it is, how are the Lady Jackets and the boys Yellow Jackets, how are y'all working out gym times and figuring that out?
Well, like I said, practice times are cut down this time of year. You know, when you first start, they usually run 2.5, 2:45. Now they run about an hour,
Sure.
hour 15. So Coach Smith and I are on great terms, and we work with each other, and that's not a problem.
Yeah, no, actually, I saw Coach Smith and Coach Piku watching you
Correct.
guys
Yeah.
finish up practice here the other day as they were getting ready for their playoff game. So we were talking earlier in the game that a lot of the head coaches here come out and support each other, and it's good to see all the student bodies and the other teams go support the other teams. Just a really good feeling that goes around Denham Springs athletics here, and it's just exciting to see them. A great atmosphere in this gym here tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of support. You know, kids came out tonight for blackout. You know, we had our cheer and everything here, and that was definitely an advantage for us. I mean, it's hard to win on the road. I don't care at what level. You know, it's going into another gym. We found that out at Central, and we found it out at East Ascension, and so having, even though it wasn't Hornsby, but you know, it's the Jacket Gym, and it's in good shape, and having that home court advantage definitely helped.
Obviously, before I let you get out of here, your goal for the end of this season is to be in Lake Charles for the top 28. You hope to be in that final game of the season. Y'all took a trip earlier to Lake Charles earlier in the season. Tell a little bit about that. I know it was just an opportunity for y'all to go down there and see the arena, get a feel for it, in hopes that you would be back there and in your season there.
Well, I talked to Tom Taylor at Ponchatoula, and he told me they had gone to that tournament the year that he won it, and I didn't have any idea that we're going to win it, or by any means, but I just thought it would be a good experience for the kids, and we had a great tournament, won all three of them there, and challenged them when we left to get back over there, you know. And last year we made it to the quarters, and we had a couple of issues, and we were a little short a few men there, and we couldn't make it. We were one step away, but hopefully, you know, we're going to take the next two. Going to be the most important, and
Absolutely.
it'd be kind of special to get there again.
Coach, 27-3 overall, 5-1 in district in this regular season. Congratulations! Keep up the good work. I look forward to seeing where we land next Friday for the first round of the playoffs, or second round of the playoffs, actually.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you guys for coming out
That was
here.
Coach Cab, head coach of the Yellow Jackets. We are back after this to wrap it up from the Jacket Gym on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Personal injury?
Warrior A-Bear and Anjo.
Auto accidents?
Warrior A-Bear and Anjo.
Workers' compensation?
Warrior A-Bear and Anjo.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenck, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Aber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5-Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
We get back in here as we wrap it up from the Jacket Gym. Sorry, we have repositioned here. I can't sit on these bleachers anymore, so y'all can. It may not be the best camera shot right now.
We've been sitting for a while, since 6:15.
Since, my goodness, it is brutal. Anyway, Mitch, some final game stats here as we wrap it up here from the Jacket Gym, and we can get out of here.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple leading scores for Santa Maul. DJ Schomburg had a really strong second half and finished up with 15 points. And Cato LeBlanc had the really strong first half, and he finished up with a total of 16 points to lead the Gators. And then on the Yellow Jacket side, Chris Pouchot, the senior, got the last bucket right there in the last few seconds with a good assist from Jermaine O'Connor. He gets 2 points. Larry Gayran with 4 points. John Goldman with 4 points. Trey Dorsey with 8 points. Jeremy Williams with 11 points. J.K. O'Connor with 15. And Jermaine O'Connor with 17. So the O'Connor brothers taking the lead tonight with 15 and 17 points.
Yep, and Coach Cab talking about how he's going to try to handle that bye week as we had talked about, and he said, we're just going to get what he did last year. He said, your practice time is cut down tremendously. The gym situation factors into that as well. But he said, but the good part is with that cut down time practice, the girls and boys are able to work out the Jacket Gym times. And he talked about the great relationship with him and Coach Rudy Smith. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier, how all the coaches around here come out and support each other. The student body and the other athletes for other teams come out and support. So just a great night here from the Jacket Gym. Lots of positives here. And the good thing is Yellow Jackets can regroup. Not that they have to regroup, but just regroup, get a little rest, put in some new wrinkles if you want to head into the playoffs, and try to make that run to Lake Charles.
Well, as you mentioned, you can shorten practice here for the next week because, A, you don't even know who you're going to be playing. Right. We think the first round matchup won't be until next Friday, so that means the Jackets should be having a bye, and you won't even find out who you're going to play until after Friday. So you kind of get your legs back underneath you, do a few shooting drills, ball handling drills, just a few, techniques, tidying up, things like that. And then, as you mentioned, maybe add a little wrinkle here, there, new inbounds play, new side out play, something like that. But you can shorten it, keep the guys fresh. You want them full speed, and we have gotten through the regular season pretty healthy, so that's been a good thing for the Yellow Jackets. And then by the weekend, you'll find out by Friday who you're going to end up playing. Then you have a couple of practices after that, back to your normal routine with about 2 practices to prepare for your next opponent, and then the Jackets will be ready at that point.
Yep, so the key is right now, stay healthy, stay focused. The task at hand is there for you. Your path is going to be laid out for you sooner than later. And then from that point on, I remember when I was here, when we were trying to go to the top 28 with Tasman and all that, I took the bracket and taped it on the mirror in the bathroom at the house. Yeah. And I think we all had it taped up in the locker room here too. And it's just one of those things that you do to try to keep focus on what you're doing, and not look too far ahead, but to see what the road is that lies ahead. So Mitch, as we close out here, final thoughts on this one and reminder that we'll be back at it Monday.
Well, the Jackets did everything we hoped they would do tonight. They played great defense and got a lot of steals, took those steals and turned them into fast break buckets, did a good job of keeping Santa Maul off the offensive glass, jumped out to an early 13-point lead after the first quarter, and it never got under double digits, never got to a single-digit lead. We kept it in double digits the rest of the game and did a really good job of keeping Santa Maul at a distance from us and somewhat of a comfortable win, but at the same time, just a really good job of spreading the ball around. A lot of guys involved in the action tonight and get out of it healthy. Got another win. Should be in the top 4. That was the ultimate goal, to have that bye for next week. And not only top 4 with a bye, but your 2 playoff games before the top 28 would be home games, and you wouldn't have to travel. So excellent job by the Jackets of playing great all season long to earn that position.
All right, Yellow Jackets finished the season 27-3 overall and 5-1 in district. The final here, 75-54 over the Santa Maria Gators. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure being with you. Thanks for being so interactive and fun and having fun with us here tonight. And again, happy birthday, 73rd birthday to Uncle Joe. Appreciate you. Thanks, Miss Ann Williamson, for the compliments and the king cake discussions as well. For everybody involved, thank you so much. For Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, for Mitch Covington, for Jake Williamson, for Darren Ferrante, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School basketball broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, Baton Rouge. On the net at johnfineproductions.com. And on YouTube, please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward on play-by-play with Mitch Covington on color commentary. Denham Springs High School basketball broadcasts are a John Fine production.
You are listening to